Excited for the future of Guilty Gear. For the present, however, we are heading into our first match. It is going to be Zaran going up against Metapol, and we've got Baiken versus Bridgett, which should be a really fun matchup in my opinion.
Yeah, Baiken versus Bridgett is really cool. I think that Baiken overall seems like he has a slight advantage in it, but Bridgett overall can fight out, especially with the large normals. I can see already being able to answer a lot of these different situations that I'm trying to put up with Baiken, but you have to be a little more careful about picking your spots with Baiken in this match than you would with other characters.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting situation as we do get the jump dust to go through the wall. Gets a little bit of that bonus damage, but look at that. The immediate round star Roger, because there's no safe jump if you don't use the overdrive to go through. But already, air-to-air combat. I think the air-to-air in this matchup is really interesting, right? Bridgett spends so much time in the air because she can just have so much air movement. Baiken spends so much time in the air. It's just really interesting to see how they interact.
Two little delays to get the counter hit here. Gets the extra confirmed, not quite enough to get the kill. He's going to wake up with super, but that's 50 meters to make it safe.
Yep, even tries to delay the safety net there of the RC.
Burst out there, goes to the strap in, and the burst does come out, so now that's this situation. 50 meter is available for Metapol here, so he's able to steal the turn whenever you want.
It's looking really tight though, right? And there it is. Looked like it was a rollerblade into the 2K, but rollerblade can catch so many people off guard. It can be so fast if you're not expecting it.
Yeah, but that's one of the most important things about this matchup, not even just as Baiken, but in general, is being able to use 2K, 2D preemptively, stop those kickstarts my heart before they actually become a problem here. Already a little too much of a problem here as we are stuck into the corner, able to use the RC and go for the high-low.
The fast RC there coming in super clutch. And now, you're not ready for the round start from Baiken? Tough luck. That is gonna hurt. Might actually end up being enough at the end here. Just barely not enough, but you got no tension, which means you can't FD.
Yeah, still able to close it after that kind of odd situation in the end. Now with a round apiece here, tries to go for Johnson right away. It's not enough, but still able to get confirmed. Pressure into the corner where this is where Baiken thrives, but breaks with the 5D, not with the super. Again, is not interested in the safe jump here. Would rather have the meter for neutral.
Yeah, I can kind of respect that. The tension can be so good at making these Johnson setups a little bit more true. It can play very well on defense if you're being forced to YRC a little bit, or even just as we see right here, gets the sequence, gets the base, the burst bait, and is able to close out the game there. So the 100 tension, pretty impactful, because we even could have followed it up with like the gun overdrive or just, the wake up reversal again, made it safe.
Yeah, and I actually really like the way that burst bait went, specifically because of how the meta of bursting has kind of evolved. I feel like a lot of people are waiting a significant period of time, even potentially after dropped combos, to burst, because all they want is the space. So Zaran, as soon as they are committed to the burst bait, they are so committed to the bit, they just don't even go, they don't go for the delayed hit. They are fully intending to empty jump there, which is what kind of works out for bait there. So cool to get to see people starting to adjust to this new meta of like bursting like 2 seconds after you were supposed to.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the nature of the game, right? Every time something, new comes up, some new tech, some new meta, you have to adjust, but too late on that burst punish, and so now has to take him to the corner, gets the regular throw. Oh my god, they're just hitting everything.
Yeah, after the kickstart right hard, goes for the command throw, one more touch, not enough on the OTG, but it doesn't matter, the 2S. Able to lock that one down. Next round coming up, Metapol gets the burst out and wins the round. That is huge.
Yeah, I mean, the command grab is just so tricky for Bridgett. She can do so many messed up things with it. It's super long reaching. She can use the air version of it to be very, complicated. But, oh my Lanta, look at that combo. That was sick.
The 5K, 5S does connect. Tries to go for the Ozanson, but we wake up with it now. We're kind of back into this, but the Roger dive kick immediately gets flattened by the tatami mat.
Those things are heavy. Like, bamboo is not light by any means. That's not true. It's kind of light, but here we go. Nice little sequence coming through again. Metapol getting a great round start, able to just push the tempo further and further. Gonna go through the wall, like you said, saves that tension from the overdrive. Gonna look for these fast RCs that have been so solid for them so far.
Okay, gets the juggle. As meter, it's gonna go for the RC, and that's gonna be way more than enough to take the kill here. Uses the kickstart My Heart to close the gap. The only worry there was actually being able to close the distance, so knowing you can cancel out of that special move from those distances and still have time. That's part of the interesting mobility that Bridgett's able to bring to the table, right?
Yeah, it can really offer up a lot of different scenarios that, if you're not familiar with, just kind of blow you away. But as we head into this game 3, it's all tied up, and I don't know, we've seen some nice combos from Zaran, but they also, for the most part, have not really been able to get the best game plan started for them, right? They're playing very reactively to the speed of Bridgett, and it's kind of slowing them down to the sense that it's not really, you know, their best look so far.
Ooh, able to get the tech out there. I always talk about this, and I truly stand by it. It is dangerous to try and tech those in this game without meter. Sometimes it's just better to bar it. I'd rather see you swing than try to tech in a lot of these scenarios. Just like that, being able to go for the 2P.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a 2-frame defensive option and it's really strong in that sense, it's on whiff very negative. So, you know, throwing out a 2P, which is, you know, most of the times like a 4 to 5 frame button, unless you're one of those privileged few that do have a 3-framer, like it really does stuff a lot of these situations that, you know, a tech just kind of leaves you open for.
Now it's all about closing the distance without overextending here. There's a 50-meter available from Zaran, and unfortunately, they have had an opportunity to kill more than once in this scenario, and there we go, they're able to do it. They didn't break the wall when they had 100 tension. I want to see Zaran spend some more of this meter in proactive ways here. He's using it a lot to kind of steal situations back, but we need to be a lot more proactive in these scenarios here. You need to be the one setting the pace, especially Baiken versus Bridgett, and that's what we're seeing this round. A lot of Zaran taking control, and it's paying off in dividends.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. You're already over. It's already over. It's game 4 on the board. It was lightning quick coming through there at the end.
I mean, that's how this match has to be. Baiken has to be setting the pace. She's the type of character where she is at her strongest when you are. She needs to be initiating as often as possible, right? There's a lot of characters that do well at being able to fight out of certain scenarios, but I don't think that Baiken is built for that. She does have the parry when she's in that scenario, but that's like her fail-safe kind of option. She's not like a character that's trying to bait and parry. She wants to be setting the tempo here, so I want to see another round like that from Zaran. I want to see you get in there, get aggressive, make sure that Bridgett doesn't get to swing these normals, just like that. An amazing call-out.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up the parry, because this is not necessarily a matchup that it's ideal to use. First of all, look at that damage. That's insane. What a crazy way to start the round. It puts you in such a good position to just close out. But like any situation there, that parry wouldn't have worked. It's too far away. You would have just negated the damage. You don't get the response of it. So some of these longer range characters can give Baiken that trouble. But, oh, that was sick, but it still hit. How do you still get hit by that?
Almost got a combo off the 2. That was very close here. Positive bonus is picking up. Metapol closes the gap and goes for the command throw. That's so in the conversation. Just because you can do it from the air, that's in the conversation for the best command throw. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I actually brought that up last week. Good job, her. I was like, I'm struggling to see what's better, and he brought up Nagoriyuki's, and I was like,
Bite's the only one in the conversation, I think.
Yeah,
like that and Eno super.
Yeah, but then you see some random Bridgett just catch people flying through the air with it, and you're like, nope, there is no other option here. It's all Bridgett all day long with the command grab wars. But now it is potentially Metapol fighting to stay alive in this set, but they get a bit of a life lead here. Let's see if they can keep it.
The RC, little pressure strings here, but doesn't get much off of it. Kickstart My Heart gets punished, but a very small punish. Again, 50-meter available. Spend it where you can.
Gets the regular throw out of the RC, no burst. So as long as you close it out, we're going to game 5.
That is a tough scenario once again, Zaran. I really, really want to see spending this meter more aggressively here. Even if it's just, if you get 2P and you know you're not going to be able to kill off of it, but you have the RC, I would love to see you RC forward and extend that combo. Even if it just does a tiny bit of damage, I want to see you end it in a place where you can get pressure. End it with a 2D, try and get it to Tommy, something of that nature. You have to be the aggressor here. I want to see more proactive choices.
Duel 1.
Yeah, then like you're not seeing a lot of the typical Baiken aggression routes, right? Where it's like dash forward to Yozansen, right? And you try and get a side mix up that way. It's just lots of slow approaches. Maybe you throw out some tatamis or close slash, something like that. But That's, again, not where we're seeing a lot of Baikens really excel. That time we do get the 2PP mash that actually works out for a little bit. BRC into the S Kabari, which means we got tether combos.
Damage off of that, down to just a pixel. In with the far slash, able to go for the execute. So now, potentially final round here. Burst already off the table for Metapol. This is not looking good. You get that tatami pressure started into the Ozansen.
Yep, each Kabari just trying to get some pressure going. And even the tempo burst coming out here from Zaran. But, oh god, is that going to be enough? It's going to be really close.
Quite enough. JD still pushes through the wall here. Bursts of ill for Metapol. Gotta find a place to use it though. Not enough life to access it. And the tatami mat to stop it out there. Zaran, that was like the perfect, that was exactly what I was talking about.
You could even make a Gmail account that's anonymous and then just use that. But here we are, McChuppy going up against Yurikov, like you were just saying, Alex. And this is an interesting matchup to be sure, but it's, I don't know, I like Goldlewis. But as I say that,
yeah, I mean, one of the things here is that I think that Yurikov, obviously a very talented player, able to play multiple characters here. I really like switching characters when you are a Milia player into this matchup, because Milia has a pretty hard time when she's actually pinned down in some of these terrible situations here. So Yurikov on the counter pick is working out really, really well. And again, other than drone, Goldlewis does not have a lot of options to beat the things that Axel brings to the table here.
Yeah, I just really like it when Goldlewis gets in and you can see that the Axel player starts to struggle a little bit, because that character also doesn't have a lot of great defensive options. But you're right that Milia is just so much worse. But look at that. It's really difficult to burst against Axel because the long range, the way he hits you, it's just really difficult to get the burst to actually connect onto Axel, as we just saw.
Use the BRC. That's one of the most important things as a Goldlewis player, is knowing how to spend meter to take your shot. Hop back there with the snail, but gets pushed away immediately, and now trouble in the corner, and you might just be gone to Chipp.
It's very close. That FD is looking lower and lower. And yeah, you just cannot block forever.
He will run you out of life so quick. That's like the hidden passive of this character, is that amps meter from you, dude.
See, I thought the passive was just bonus chip on block. Looking like a DNF character out here, just ripping through the HP bar.
This is where the matchup gets tough here.
It's so much, look at it.
But there's so much of a knowledge check, but we're able to get the throw. Very nice.
Oh, gets another one as well. Building up a little bit of tension for the next time they have to block. But that 5P is actually really problematic in a lot of matchups I've seen against Axel. Like Faust is really susceptible to it. Goldlewis. That's a lot of damage. Oh, you're dead.
The command throw is going to be able to go for stop time. The world, dude. Close that one out. Yurikov playing really well, but Mr. Chuppy actually doing a pretty good job in the matchup of being able to extend his turns when he takes them, because Axel is the type of character where you have to occasionally be brave for Mother. You gotta mash 2K, you gotta mash 2D. You have to be willing to fight out of these scenarios sometimes. And Goldlewis is a character that feasts on people when they press incorrectly. So it's a lot of give and take. You block the first coffin and you're like guessing for game, like regardless of where your health bar is at.
You block the first coffin and then you have to block the second one, but guess what? The second one makes you have to block the third, and here we are 7 coffins later and you're at 10 HP. So, but let's see what we can get done, right? It's a game of adaptation, and Axel players can sometimes be some of the best at that, right? Like we've seen a lot of Trevor here at TNS, and man, that guy's just so good at adaptation. So let's see if Mr. Chuppy can bring a little bit of that magic to the table. Oh,
has level 3 security here. Hasn't really had a chance to use the drone at any point, though. Extra damage. PRC's forward to extend it, but doesn't get the full combo. It's a little too far away to get that new wall bounce.
The JD catch you so far away, but like you said, must have been listening to the stream or something, because pulled out the drone and got immediately smacked for it.
Yeah, drone is not very good in neutral in this match, just because command throw 5P, there's so many options that Axel has to beat it right away. Needs to be more careful about how he uses it. Just needs to use it in pressure situations, like off of a knockdown. Like if he gets an air trade like that, drone right there.
You would hope to see a little bit of that, but
oh, more skyfish.
Yeah, I actually like the minigun coming out there. Gets the knockdown, lets you approach, gets the hit. That isn't quite enough, but gotta watch the dome.
Oh my god, able to bring it down again. So now, even on rounds here, Yurikov gonna get knocked down straight away. This is a terrible situation here after the run cancel.
And it's not getting better, honestly. You're being forced to block and block and block, and you're just gonna get hit eventually. Ah! Okay. I was like, I don't know if that's enough, but he made it enough.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you get pressed to the wall there, your life is forfeit. And a part of it is that Mr. Chipp did not try to steal a turn there, and that won him the round. He goes for the close slash into the dash cancel behemoth, and after that, depending on the spacing, you either have to make a choice of another behemoth to end your turn but take more chip, or you can potentially try and steal the turn with like a 2K, another dash forward, things like that. Yurikov understands where the gaps are because he knows the match. He presses in the place that would be correct if they were going to try and steal a turn. Mr. Chipp just swings the coffin again. Like, a lot went into that last little block string.
We're actually going to force over the character swap into Yurikov as well. Pulling out the Milia, which, like you said, can really struggle in this matchup. Already pulling out that reversal overdrive, though, lets Chipp know that they're gonna do it to you. Be careful.
No Capel, one of the nicest things about this matchup now. Try to go for the double cross up there, but Goldlewis is gonna swing on that every single time. Able to get the confirm. Not quite enough to kill though, and okay, Yurikov, another lease on life here.
Yeah, but it could all just disappear, right? Actually ends up winning out the air battle, forces the burst out of Mr. Chipp, but it's still just a one-touch game, honestly. Whereas on the side of, Yurikov, they had a lot of work to do. And at this time, air battle going the way of Mr. Chipp.
It needs to just be Milia, the world's fastest fly, facing off against the most high-powered fly swatter you've ever seen. But there we go again, Yurikov knowing where to swing, able to press out of some of these scenarios, but continues to get air-to-aired out of these high attempts at double jumps.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. It all fell apart at the worst time, and it still left Mr. Chipp with the fifth attention to do whatever they want here. I'm wondering if we're going to get a wake-up overdrive. I don't think we will, but it's always tempting as Goldlewis.
Yeah, down with the system can just end careers here. Able to get the OTG, and there it is. And is unfortunately unable to RC or make a move to get out of it here. Mr. Chipp taking the game down. And again, it's a lot of just matchup stuff. Mr. Chipp knows where to press 2P, 5P, so many good contests to be able to stop Milia from being able to get a runner stuff.
Yeah, it is a bad feeling to have the Milia player and have all these different options, whether they're in the air or on the ground, just doing whatever you want, and then Goldlewis just simply doesn't care, right? They can do whatever they want game-wise, because they know that as soon as they get one solid hit, one good knockdown, you're just in a guess for game type situation because she takes so much damage. But Yurikov swapping back to the Axel really didn't like how that match went, and now they just honestly have to adapt. They need to figure out exactly where their game fell apart in game 2 and fix that.
2H, very nice. Answers the drone right away. Can never let that get away for free. Continuing to poke, doing a great job keeping out. Unfortunately, that run forward, the jump is kind of what bought all the space here, and all of this is coming off of one odd jump from Yurikov. This is how snowbally the matchup is.
Yeah, and even though you're forcing them back, you can see that Mr. Chipp is just fine, down backing for a little bit, content to wait their turn while things settle down. And, oh, here it comes, Team of Typhoon. We're in the corner, block this mix. Oh, and you got counter hit? Goodbye.
Quite, but is able to get the low behemoth there. Good answer. Still has the burst on the table. Mr. Chipp looking to close this one out. Potential final game here as we already have half your life.
Oh man. And what's crazy is game 1 honestly looked so good for Yurikov. They just weren't able to adapt to that drone pressure once it started coming out. But here's another good looking round for them. They're able to survive and bring the HP bars back within parity. And so, with 50 tension on the board, Yurikov has an escape feature. They have some defense. They don't FD any of the minigun, though.
Oh, was able to get the pull in, pushed away with the 5S. Not what he meant to do, but still ends up okay.
Yeah, still has a little bit of room to work with. Not the end of the world that they got hit there, but oh, this is where things fall apart, right? Drones available. The lone reversal option of Axel doesn't get the kill.
Oh no! The command throw wasn't enough. Pushed away. Burst comes out. He had already committed to the RC and was chilling. Oh, Mr. Choopy. What a good call out there on the RC. I was going to say. But here we go. We're going to have KudoGio versus Koba here. Okay, so KudoGio is actually going to be on the Chipp, which is very interesting to see. KudoGio, we've seen play a couple characters. But Chipp is going to be the choice here, which, I mean, a Chipp is, if people are starting to, if you didn't already believe in Chipp, the last couple weeks, the last couple tournaments have to have gotten you on his side.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people have honestly been swapping over, right? Like, obviously, KudoGio is letting it rock right now. Remy Celeste was playing Chipp for a little while there as well, instead of the Axel. But you still have really solid Chipp players just in general, like Marvelo and Bean, who are entering these tournaments and getting amazing results with the character. So it's nice to see a little bit more representation, but
not good. He tried to go for the shimmy of a lifetime, gets the overhead with no meter behind it, not too worried about it, and this time the overhead is answered straight away. So he has 50 meter now. BRC's forward to get the punish on the backdash. That is so smart as a Chipp player to get aggressive and then BRC. That little slow down second where you, like, they almost use it like a V trigger. You just get that little stop to see what's happening. It's so ridiculous on characters with options like with Chipp.
Yeah, Chipp uses tension so well in pretty much any scenario. There's really not a bad one for him to use it in, whether it's going for an overdrive, using it for any RC, because they all work amazing for him.
Smashes the overhead again, 5P to answer it. Tries to go for the fast RC. This time it does work out the tricky stuff.
Oh, and then you just get hit on wake up into that 6K RC. Yikes. How are you supposed to block that? Like, it's just not possible.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those classic scenarios. You know me, I come from Marvel. We don't ask, what could I have done to block it? We ask, what did you do to get yourself in a situation where you had to play defense? Like,
why are you blocking? You paid $60. Just stop it.
That's the biggest problem. Is like, especially against Chipp when he has meter like that. Your best defensive option generally is just try to. I mean, it's the classic like, oh, like just don't get hit smile. But like really though, let's like. Just position better to not get hit by that kind of stuff, right? Like,
yeah. But for real, don't get hit. That's all it is. Chat, it's that simple. Are you losing too many games? Stop getting hit. Come on.
Yeah, I hate for my analysis and advice to be like, stop getting hit, but like, you know what I'm saying? Is backdash a couple. No, it'd be like that though. Go for the 2K doesn't quite work out, but is able to get the cross up and swings out of trouble. Koba is pushing buttons in really good spots.
Oh, that's actually a bad spot where the YRC saving KudoGio a little bit, pushing him back after the whiff DP. That time, though, no such luck. But the combo drop from Koba means that they just get to pick up another one.
On that. Oh, delayed Rekka. That's such a crazy starter, but it doesn't spend any meter here. KudoGio gave up on the kill there, but is able to get the mix anyways.
Yeah, they'll be able to pick it right back up here. Goes for the overdrive.
JK into super will never get tired. I'll never get tired of seeing that. It's just such a sick confirm.
Such a sick overdrive too. Like, it's just so much flashiness. But we got the KK. Never mind. We got the K combo coming out there. It's gonna be able to get the nice little return though. Koba getting a nice little life lead.
Bar on the trade. 2D. Doesn't get the knockdown, but nothing afterwards here. Koba's just going to set up the clone, play aggressive within it, and that is great. Chipp does not have a lot of options to deal with that. It's like commit to command throw or just kind of chill.
His command throw is pretty good, so it's not a terrible commitment to make, but gets the knockdown, isn't able to pick it up with the Rekka, but now we're just going to keep pressure applied. Fast RC just to get a 2K. Oh, great challenge, though, from Koba.
Okay. Oh, got the sweep, though. Chooses to go for the empty hop instead of the clone there. Went for the 2D. Whiffs his meaty burst, though.
I don't know about that burst. It was good to keep the tempo going, but you're so low on life already against a character that does do decent Chipp from any range. So hope to see how they can recover in this round. They're off to a good start here, letting that risk gauge get cranked up. But we're seeing Koba do some really sick challenges out with this 2P.
Shots in a row. Unfortunately, mismanages the focus here. So KudoGio, that's the green light to go in, and so he will.
Oh, we got double Alpha Blade combos.
Block on that though, able to block the same side high, takes aim and takes the shot, but unfortunately again a mismanagement of the focus here, has to put a gun away.
That's a little tough. Does let it just rock and is going to be forced to spend tension to go for the Brain Blast, which does give another lease on life over to KudoGio. Gets the nice throw tech, but the two-piece still working out really well. Oh, that's going to get the knockdown. Goes for the mix. That should be enough right at the end here.
Just enough. And that is KudoGio's defense there. I'm not sure if he had the same thought process that I did on that one, but that is a great, if he did, that is a great way to read your opponent's resources to guess what the next mix is coming. Koba is below half on focus. One bullet left in the gun, is already in take aim, and is moving forward. That seems a lot like it's tipping throw. So like being able to read the resources to be able to kind of see where the mix is headed, that was just an amazing tech.
Yeah, and Happy Chaos just has so much to pay attention to. Everybody talks about how easy the character is, but it's just simply not true, right? Like you have 4 to 5 bars depending on your classification of what a bar is in this game. And it's not always easy because you also have to pay attention to how close to your opponent you is, right? It determines how much tension you lose. Or not tension, focus.
Here, 2D and clone. That's my favorite way to extend that, get that extra plus frames. The burst comes out. Koba unfortunately drops his combo. Another missed opportunity here, and KudoGio's not going to let this one go. Has almost max meter, but continues to mix. Has had a couple opportunities to kill, but said, no, I got to show them. They have to learn.
The 6K right at the end there. Basically built the 50 tension they would have needed to make it safe, but now we're getting combos again coming in from Koba. Goes for a bit of a roll, but you cannot reload in front of a chip like that. They have a 3-frame button. They're going to hit you. Gets the knockdown. Has the tension on deck too, so we could, yeah, I was gonna say, very easily see the overdrive to go through the wall here. Gets positive bonus, gets the safe jump Oki, gets whatever they want in life. Here we go, they make it work. Force the potential final burst out of Koba, and that should be enough to do it.
It is just enough to be able to take a kill there. KudoGio able to close that one out 3-0.
Lots of good tech coming out of him. The only other character I've seen him play was Happy Chaos, and let's never see that again, Mike. Let's stick to Soul Bad Guy, please. But yeah, this is the lore matchup that you were talking about in more ways than one, I would say, because right, like in the early days, Soul Bad Guy, everyone was like, why would you play Kai? Soul Bad Guy's the better version. I would say a lot of players right now might even go as far to say, why would you play Soul Bad Guy? Kai's the better version.
Yeah, potentially. Right now, Mike, when he does best here, taking turns, knocking on the door, close slash, the far slash there, is able to get the 6S. DP comes through, but misses the extension.
Oh, but he just picks it right back up with the BRC close slash.
That's my favorite way to extend that combo there. It goes into the high-low kind of situation and then goes mid.
That'll teach you to backdash. But now we got that shock state applied, and this is where Kai Kisuke becomes a very crazy type of character.
Bro on the attempt at the reversal there with the jump in. BRC, high-low game, able to get the overhead but couldn't get the full extension. And off of the plus frames, it's more than enough to threaten the throw here. A perfect from Blue Heck on the return round.
Going so far as to get those 7 golden letters, but wow, that counter hit was very far away there for Blue Heck. But now back to mid screen.
Backdashing in really, really nice places here. 2K2D connects. The fireball does connect as well. Forces out the burst.
I like the way Blue Heck's been using the JD a little bit to try and stay in the sky, dodge out a little bit of this ground game. But now we get the approach coming in from Mike Saftig. Not today. Get thrown. Thrown again. Shock state.
4, it doesn't matter. He says it's a state of mind. Both of them go for the backdash though.
Oh, Blue Heck went for the air throw again. This time not going to work out. And I got to block for a little bit and decides not to. And that, oh no. Mike, what are you doing?
Yeah, Mike, I mean, it's okay sometimes to go for the hard burst bait, but you cannot go for the hard burst bait I feel like in that situation, you just kind of have to go for a combo that's as burst safe as possible. You cannot give up the game-winning confirm because you're scared of the blue stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, even then, even if you go for like a potential burstable combo, right, you have to put it on your opponent to be reactive enough to actually hit the burst. If they're not paying attention enough, or they're not reading the damage that they're taking well enough, and they just die with burst available, that's on them. But you got to force them to make that decision. Don't just, potentially throw it away like that.
Knocked down right away, but we're able to go for the Volcanic Viper straight out of the pressure here. And I like one thing specifically, Mike is breaking out of block strings with Grand Viper in some of the sickest places. Being able to kind of predict fireballs here and win out so many random neutral interactions.
Yeah, and it's not often you're going to see players, work like that, because they've not necessarily been on the receiving end of this, so they don't know that they can do these types of things. But we're going to see the DP whiff coming out from Blue Heck, trying to get some space, but another backdash on Wake Up. That is kind of a risky business Mike's been showing him.
That was the meatiest 5K of your life here. Leaves him with just a pixel of life left. Mike, be careful for the fireball. Blue Heck knows it too, does not throw it, and now down to a pixel of life for each of them.
Oh! It's not enough, but the 3-frame 5K coming out just when they needed it most.
Manabringer 1 into the 5K. So smart to be able to get aggressive and come with some of these spots. And there we go. Whiff punishing the attempt at the whiff punish. A little bit of footsies there between these two as Mike is going to push through the wall with the 6-8.
Yep. Not enough tension for an overdrive, but doesn't need it. Looks like potentially another burst. Bait does get that red RC drift, though. Burst finally comes out from Blue Heck, and they just immediately get counter hit again. And Mike going for some tricky combos, but they're going to make sure it all works out.
And that's one of the hardest things about this match, is that in a lot of scenarios, Soul doesn't want to be playing those long-range footsies with Kai, but when he does, if he beats him, his reward is insane. Winning with 6S, winning with 6H gives you such an incredible reward if you're able to score that counter hit. So Blue Heck, while you should be playing that kind of spacing and that kind of footsies, needs to be very, very careful about whiffing, because Mike has already shown with a couple big 2S's that these rounds can end in a hurry.
Yeah, the counter hit just opens up so many different doors for Mike, and it's tough because your only other option there as Kai Kisuke is to play like this super tight, kind of pressure game. And Mike has also shown that through the 5K and the DP, they're willing to challenge you on a lot of these setups and force you to make them, super meaty.
DP connects, burst out of him. Backdashes the Viper into DP, leaches just far enough.
Yeah, tried to bait that out, but didn't bait far enough, and so now Mike gonna be able to get the knockdown again. But what can Blue Heck do with this 50 tension, right? They're gonna be able to get the counter hit, gets for the knockdown, shock state application. Oh no.
Gotta go for a huge Q8. The reward on that would have been crazy here. Max meter goes for the RC. Send this combo as far as you can. Not enough to kill, but still has pressure.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't go for a side swap though. Now they have to fight their way coast to coast. Mike gonna get the red RC, and that's certainly enough damage because it's Soul Bad Guy. He's got protagonist damage.
Of course. And look at this Popeye form, dog. Of course, this is gonna do it. This guy's he's got the grip, dude. He's gonna get the kill.
He's got Luke forearms.
I was gonna say.
2P coming out, gonna get some shock state application, but we haven't really seen too much come out of it, honestly.
Oh well, this is double overhead, plus frames again into 5P. Oh, the DP comes out way too far, but drops the combo.
Throws him back into the corner though with the PRC. Comes down, knocks his head off. We're getting into a third round.
All the way to the wall, so now in the corner already. Blue Heck throws the fireball, just to pepper that in there and see if we can get something done with the shock state, but unfortunately it goes away very quickly, so you have to be able to use it early and often.
Yeah, it's just such a powerful tool once it's applied, but you also have to get it applied, which for so far, I mean, Blue Heck's been doing a pretty good job of getting it there. It's just capitalizing it that's been, eluding them so far, but BRC for the multiple overheads, gonna go for 3 of them. That is another game on the board here for Blue Heck, gonna take the lead once again.
Fuzzy stuff working out, taking the kill. Very well played. And Blue Heck is doing a great job of OTGing with 5K and mixing in the 5-frame meaty of the second 5K after the dash cancel, which naturally is safe against most reversal options versus just going for throw. I mean, cycling between the meaty and the throw is kind of putting Mike off of his game. I like to see a lot of Kai players, especially against characters like Soul, who love to go for reversals, go for that particular mix on Wake Up a little more often. So Blue Heck showing off a really important piece of tech for Kai.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's going to reversal. Like, that's in the cards. You know it's going to happen, whether
you
it's
pick Soul, you know what you signed up for.
Exactly. Oh, no. But that coming through, going to be quite a combo, but we're still going to see Blue Heck challenging out.
Got the whip out there. Wasn't able to actually get a punish of any kind. 5S. Puts them away. And he's able to use the fireball to great effect, but there's a DP in the air.
Just blocking that Fafnir, though, trying to stay as safe as possible. But unfortunately, the safety has ended. Mike going to take that round, trying to get this game, the series back tied up 2-2, but he's still got a little bit of work to do, Mike.
That's working out. Able to get too much off it though. Trying to go for the throw, but unfortunately 6P was the answer from Blue Heck. Gets pushed to the wall, looks for the reset. Another knockdown here for Kai.
Yep, taking advantage of that time delay for the flip kick. DPs it. That just goes to show that sometimes the little JP mash is good for the soul.
Of course, the classic Guilty Gear combo, JPP. That's what we like to see when there's the 2H, extends the combo. But unfortunately, that combo only works on standing opponents. He goes for the DP. They are scrambling, and Mike is always going to get the better of that kind of scramble. Oh,
counter hits. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that is if you get into like a bar fight of a scramble, you have to bet on the soul. There's like almost no other character you want to bet on more than the soul in that kind of scramble. You just have to be very careful to not let that kind of situation even come up.
It's just their environment that they're molded in, right? Like Soul bad guys, they've been there before. They are the inventor of the bar fight scramble. Like they're just gonna take full advantage of it. And another round start coming through here, clean for Mike, but Blue Heck showing a little bit more willingness to DP, I would say. But oof. Catches the backdash again. Gonna be big damage coming through here. Not quite enough to kill, but. This is a tough round here for Blue Heck. Never mind, it's an over round. We're going to the next one.
Yeah, after the clash too, there's so many scary things that can happen there, but Mike taking control, still has burst, is in prime position for this game.
Yeah, set point too. So winner here will continue on the winner's side, whereas loser side has to go down to the aforementioned loser's bracket, and this is another just crazy good start coming out of Mike. Blue Heck just falling apart when it mattered most, it would seem.
Still in this though. 5K does get the connection here. Whips the fake gun flame. Doesn't get too much afterwards here. Blue Heck still in this.
Didn't quite get the pickup there after the RC, but has a huge life lead. Counter hit going to come through. Try to do that burst bait again. This time going for the JPP combo. Gets the burst bait they've been waiting all series for. So is completely invalidating most of the things we just said because we might not even get to see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if this is the match that's gonna be going on, then all that analysis out the window. Kai versus Baiken. I think Kai does pretty well in this matchup here. I think that Baiken is a character who is, like I said before, very, very strong and has a really nice matchup spread overall. But I think that Kai has the tools to fight just about anyone here. As we can already see, this is off an anti-air close slash into the meaty fireball.
Oh, and then just spaces out the normals well enough to bait out a parry. Gonna ride some lightning, and that actually killed. Wow.
Umisho says, Baiken mad broken. This match is trash for Kai. I respect that.
I will say Baiken is incredibly strong. It's like,
yeah, of course.
Like, I don't see the winter balance patch coming by and not nerfing Yozansen. I just don't. It's too good. It's like a 360 hitbox. Like, it's wild the things you get done with that move. But everything else coming through.
After the JD didn't get the dash, though, that's a tough one. That's going through. Nice pressure in the backdash, but unfortunately has to give away a lot of space to be able to get away on that one.
Gonna get the nice little pickup there. That combo never ending, it felt like, but goes for a dust mix up with the PRC. Oh, air throw.
Oh, couldn't get the OTG though, was too far. Has to find something to chip here, but don't get overly
Escobar.
desperate.
Oh, don't let it happen to you though. You got that tether applied.
The tether pulls her closer. He gets the air throw. Oh my god.
That's an oops. That was not something that ITH wanted to happen in the slightest. But it's, you know, sometimes these things happen. The tether, I think the tether's kind of wonky, honestly. Like it doesn't always interact the exact way you would expect it to. And so stuff like that can happen. But Escobar in general is a really, really strong tool. And people kind of, newer players to Baiken kind of forget that, right? Because it's got the slower startup. You want to use the H-Kabari to keep the pressure applied and keep going forward. But the S-Kabari, it's plus on block. It tethers them. It's, yeah, a couple extra frames of startup, but like, think of all the positives you get out of it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of utilization of it for sure. Let's see if it maybe comes up a little more often here, or if Daze can just keep it rolling. Daze is doing a really, really good job, like I said, of being able to not only find the hits, but is converting everything. One of those was a dash under anti-air 5P that turned into a full corner carry combo.
Yep, and these air throws are basically ground level. Like, they are grounded air throws. But, oh my god, being able to pick up everything off of that shock state application does get anti-aired, but there's nothing after it. And we're going to go right back into some mix of shock state.
JD able to get the block, off the jump over. JD does get a little bit off of it, but unfortunately, even though he's able to take the kill, kind of works out, you know.
Yeah, eventually. 6P, gonna get the flip kick as well. And now, even a backdash there was kind of risky. If it hadn't been for the heavy fireball, then you know, maybe something else would have happened, but forces the burst out of Daze, but another air throw coming in, and now we got combos.
That's away though, PRC in response, very nice usage. The backdash again, looking for the parry, kind of fishing in these situations with ITH.
Oh, the slide under.
Slide underneath.
Is that enough? Are you going to build the tension? No, sadly. But still going to go through the wall there. One touch game coming out. Just needs a little bit of damage and 6P.
People's elbow.
Yeah.
More than enough to stop that dash in.
And I saw that parry before we came through the wall, right after the flip kick. And that is kind of tough to watch, right? Because that wasn't the shock state flip kick. That was just regular one. So that was technically a turn opportunity there for ITH. And maybe had it been the shock state application version, that they would have had the frames afterwards that the parry would have worked out. But because it's negative and because it's punishable, the parry was just useless.
Right, so 2 games already on the board. Keep it up. JK looking to get way more aggressive here. I'm not sure if aggression is the answer for this, because it just feels like the more that we're kind of pushing into Baiken, the more opportunities she might be able to have to fight these situations out. We'll see though. Daze's been doing a great job so far, so you know, what do I know?
Yep. Waiting for a couple different Kabaris there.
Nice try underneath too.
Oh, we keep seeing the PRC to get out of that jump dust, but doesn't get any punish opportunities afterward, and now they're back against the wall, having to block all this Kai pressure again. But
Tommy a little bit just to control some of the space. In the people's elbow once again, the 6P locks him down and tried to go for the throw, has to spend the PRC, but is able to find the knockdown once again, and in the middle of the lightning says you won't be able to see this one.
it's a tough spot to find yourself in. Dust is so utilized these days. Everybody loves to tap dust, but Johansson can only get you so far, as we got JD combos coming through. Shock state application. Gotta block your head. That's gonna do it.
Absolutely. Ride the lightning. Sends it through the wall. And that's going to be 3 games for Daze here. Very well played MacMens here. So Nagoriyuki versus Anji. This matchup is pretty hard for the Anji player. We'll keep it straight up with you.
I mean, yeah, NBNHMR playing the best character in the entire game, and it shows. Like, NBNHMR just tears through entire brackets all by themselves, and The damage output is crazy. Their blood management is pretty wild as well. But right now they got to block a little bit, taking that positive bonus, but gets the burst out of MacMens.
Work out and look at the 2S, keeping it aggressive here. Look at the blood. So now, kind of understanding that Nubenheimer has to be a little more passive in these situations without going for reversal super, is able to get the burst out here. So at least MacMen's able to even the resources for next game, if not win the round here.
Oh, and that's a big counter hit. Doesn't able to finish out the round though. That trade, I think, went to, yeah, MacMens. Anji guts are huge, right? Like it's the only 5 guts character in the game.
It's the abs, dude.
It really is. It really is.
The washboard is too protected. Not even the sword can deal with it.
The pecs are basically just plate mail. Oh, goes for the overhead.
Able to get the co. JD pushed through the wall. MacMen's looking different today right now.
Yeah, what a great start. They just have to keep that pressure going. They got a little bit of tension. They're watching that blood gauge climb up a little bit. Chases down the backdash as well. Woof! Yep. MacMen's taking game 1.
Going for the overhead there, as soon as you see that it's not connecting, even if it does hit, no matter what you're RCing there, but if you RC forward and you see the backdash and you got the slowdown, that is a guaranteed close last if you're able to go for the dash up there. That's just great recognition of the situation. And I see Hortator in the chat. I know one of MacMen's training partners, a very good Nagoriyuki player. He might be the he's the shoo-in, the trainer.
So funny. But no, that was actually a pretty solid round 2 specifically. Round 1 is a bit hard fought because Nubenheimer was able to get such a great start to it, but look at this round start. We're basically already halfway through the final level of blood before it pops, and Anji going for the YRC, but oh no, big damage coming out here.
Restore some of the blood here. 2S and the 5H, not enough. Try to go for the bite after the clone, it looks like. Does not work out, but a second 6H?
Another expected. Goes for the bird mix, trying to get a little bit of pressure applied, but recognizing that it's not their turn. Waits a little bit more. Overhead gonna connect again, and that'll do it.
Oh, able to take another round down. MacMen is continuing to turn up the heat on this.
Yeah, they've been looking really good so far, I will say. But nothing after the Fujin there.
Ooh, recognize the situation. Zero hesitation, too, on the 2P to get the counter hit on the Beyblade. He's reacting really well, too. Nubenheimer gotta figure something out in this one here. This is MacMens is playing this ridiculously well.
Yeah, the spacing that they've been able to operate within for the Fujins and stuff like that, into overhead, lows, everything, they're just reading everything perfectly. And there it is, that 2P, trying to punish that Beyblade, baits the burst, everything going MacMen's way for the most part. But you got to be so careful about these hits. They actually check the Fukyo. That's huge.
Nubenheimer's in his zone now, though. When Nubenheimer's pressing 2S, that's when the crowd goes wild. That's what you need to look out for. This guy's footsies are so ridiculous, but unfortunately another trade. 5P doesn't convert. Oh no.
Oh, the jump over.
Oh,
it's the baiting of the throw. Oh man. MacMen coming through 2-0 already.
I will say though that Nubenheimer is looking so much, that last round looked so much better. So this is where the wake up comes through for Nubenheimer here. Nubenheimer's playing it way better now. So MacMen's way ahead, but it's not even close to out of the woods yet.
Yeah, I mean, that last round there was pretty scary. We saw Nubenheimer go for the target combo, and they went all the way through, which is like -17 or something ridiculous. So they had to PRC. And then MacMens wasn't ready for the low afterwards. And so I think they almost lost it right there. And the fact that they were able to survive is pretty telling that they got too much guts. Nerf Anji.
Let's see. Round start. MacMen's feeling again aggressive. There's the bite though. Party time. For the close slash and nothing really afterwards here. And this is more the structure of the pressure that we normally see from Nubenheimer. And gets the burst out of MacMen.
Oh, even gonna get just the raw target combo, forcing them back into that P2 corner. But MacMen's doing their best to fight their way out. They're actually gonna get the butt hop throw. Most people are so ready for that these days.
Okay, Fukio backwards there. PRC's forward. And perfect on the blood there. Trying to put yourself just at level 2 without going too far to where you're locked out of your special moves. Fortunately, with it draining out here, MacMens is winning the footsies.
That's really been the most crucial part, is they haven't been afraid of these sword normals coming out from NBNHMR, and they're just able to keep pressure applied. Gonna block the full target combo again, even blocks the follow-up after the PRC. But look at that blood gauge. You gotta be careful, Fuki, going forward.
Though, that pressure up. Just block on that too to buy some space.
PRCs to go quick, but yeah, throws out the clone to beat out the punish on the Beyblade.
He finally twirls for the first time. Dude, now he's just now he's unlocked. It's like Susanoo. You play Blaze Blue. This guy, that move is just recently got patched in.
Oh, gonna go forward. Fukio overhead connects again.
Back hitbox all the way to the wall. Break it through. NBNHMR again is in a good blood position though. Has to PRC.
Has to keep it safe because this is looking mighty close here as the health bar ticking down. Positive bonus going to connect. RC coming out. Is it enough? I think it's enough.
This could be the last game of this set. This could be the final round. MacMens might just do it here. NBNHMR has got to work that. I'm not sure what the adjustment here is. That one round where he was able to find more 2S 5H in the high blood looked so good, and we just haven't been able to return to that yet.
That was so clutch, being able to twirl the second portion of the DP. But now you got to block, and you're right. The adjustments just aren't coming fast enough for NBNHMR. And this would be a very crazy upset, but they even dropped the combo. They're not able to keep the pressure going. They have to find some way else in.
This is the comfort zone, though. This is where NBNHMR's the scariest. Tries to go for the bite. He's too far. This is a nightmare. 50 meter, but MacMens drops as well.
Overhead has the RC to make it safe, but gotta be careful. Nagoriyuki will kill you from this HP, especially if he can build up to that 50 tension mark. But PRC keeps the pressure applied. Oh no, that isn't enough. Guts, man. 5 guts are meaningful.
Full burst. Oh no. Gotta be careful here. Full screen might consider a butterfly. Gets the low. Keep Johnson.
Overhead, trying to keep it safe. It's a dust. He dusted him!
MacMens pushes 5D in the clutch! What?
The first time, dude. All game, all series even.
Axel Marvelo versus Stealthy here. Stealthy recently has been putting out some cool content. Has definitely been pushing the meta game here for Axel as far as he can. And Marvelo has continued to shine. Marvelo's been placing really well online, offline. And continues to be a threat as one of the best Chipp players in the world. So we'll see how this matchup plays out here. Generally very Chipp favored.
Yeah, Marvelo, definitely like top 2 Chipps NA, and plays against this matchup a lot, actually. When you're watching through Marvelo tournament VODs, like, this matchup comes up a lot. And you know what also happens? He wins it a lot. So we'll have to see how he can manage through on Stealthy, who, if they're coming up with new tech, maybe they got the secret. Maybe they got the key to unlock how this matchup's supposed to go.
Parslash can get too much done. 5K, love that little delay.
Finally going to get some time to press buttons, though, but... Ooh, gets the knockdown.
One thing about Marvelo, though, is if you're leaving, you cannot leave unsafe gaps and pressure against Marvelo because he is so completely unafraid to swing in situations like that. So too big of a gap and he's going to hit you with 2K and the mix is going to start.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about the Marvel days earlier. Yeah, that's where Marvelo came from, right? They used to play Strider. Like, they hate blocking. They did not pay money to block. They are going to mess up your string. But, I mean, even that round, that was a slogfest, and yet Marvelo still came out on head. They spent 90% of that round at like 30% HP or lower.
Good discipline to not go for the throw tech there, though. 2S does connect. Stealthy going to get a good amount of damage off of that one. Here goes to the jump over and finds the throw and has 50 meter. So next hit will kill for sure if burst is not spent.
Gotta get the knockdown, get to run a little bit of mix. Forces the burst out of Stealthy again, and now they're able to just run in behind the sickles. Oh, great jump out there from Stealthy, though. Red RC trying to make save. They jump into the DP. Hate to see that.
See to get away, such a smart jab from Marvelo, but Stealthy a step ahead and dashes underneath with the close slash. So smart to be able to position yourself correctly to be able to stop whatever Marvelo is going to come down with. And you have enough health to where that trade is always in your favor. So Stealthy is doing the math on the fly, and the calculations are just wonderful, dude.
Yeah, what an awkward burst, I would say, from Marvelo, though. It was super late in the round. They had so much life they would have had to burn through, but now they're stuck in this round 3 without one. Game 1 off to a pretty auspicious start, as we're going to have to see Marvelo come in and take out basically an entire health Axel.
Knowing there's a gap between 2D and Snail, a lot of people don't know because you're normally far enough away to where it doesn't matter. Knockdown there. Oh, overhead, not quite. What defense from Stealthy! Dude, the epitome of defense wins championships, but unfortunately he gets far slash, not close slash, no bomber.
Yeah, and I mean, the throw tech to start this return sequence was really smart. Gets the 2K2D, baits the burst that time, gets the close slash. Is able to take game 1.
And because of a just block, that was a punish of a 2K2D. Like, that was not just a challenge. So being able to just block in the right places, put yourself in a situation to be able to get punishes instead of just challenging. Really well played by Stealthy. Again, fighting out of a matchup that is generally heavily Chipp favored. This is Stealthy just... He also, let me just say, huge shouts to Stealthy. He's got the best in-game names in the game. He is consistently hitting it out of the park with his, like, whatever his tag in the lobby is. It's just, oh my god. He's British Hosma at one point. He's 2S my beloved. There's a lot of great names to come out of Stealthy, dude.
Talk about great starts, though. Able to get such a life lead. And Chipp has to work so hard to get some of these life points back against our opponent because you can just block. Oh, 5K, not going to work out. The PRC gets the punish. Red RC going to make things keep approachable from Marvelo, but Slash comes out. They're going to get hit. They're going to go down yet another round here to Stealthy, whose defensive game has just been out of this world against a character like Chipp. They're going to get the knockdown. It's going to get the application applied, but 2K2D, the people's champ, it's going to keep working out for them.
So you can send in the application. Doesn't mean you get the job. You got to be careful with this.
It's true.
A little 2H too far. 2K combos because of the counter hit. Very nice. And the throw attempt does not work out. That is a BRC forward and a huge confirm from Stealthy.
Oh, but we get another huge jump in coming through here from Marvelo. Going to go right into the overdrive. Burst safe. Gets the Oki. Gets the positive bonus. Definitely top.
This is the most dangerous part here. Positive bonus Chipp is, man.
Yeah, and I do like the sequence there from Stealthy to not use the burst, right? Like, you're potentially heading into a 3rd round. You do not want to find yourself without burst against Chipp, so saves it. Coming into this next round, both players going to have that utility available to them.
Okay, come out. JH, 2S continues to be a menace here. Just block, but doesn't get the punish. The Snail actually works out from that range. That was a risky Snail.
Yeah. Able to throw it into the bomber as well. Wow, he actually just waits until Chipp lands and hits him with the 2K. Gets the perfect on top of everything. This is looking really good for Stealthy.
That is definitely one of the coolest things to do for the character for sure, is that he goes underground when he presses 2K. So you can go ridiculously low profile under a lot of things. So the answer to some jumping, not all of them, because you will just get obliterated for crouching against jumping normals, but sometimes at weird angles, he can just 2K and go underneath it. So, like, that's a pretty reasonable press there in that particular situation. But Marvelo starts with a huge counter hit and gets the burst immediately in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it kind of looked like Marvelo was going for an empty jump into the 2K anyway, but this time they're going to fall with buttons, going to get the knockdown. Oh, didn't able to follow through with the Rekka, but they can definitely confirm off of that 5P anti-air. Overdrive through the wall. Uzumaki barrage.
Meter. Oh, he the air throw! She recognized it was the reset attempt and not going for anything else. Fakes the fuzzy and is keeping the pressure rolling, but Marvelo expertly pilots out of it. And now we have that near infinite block string, but the positive bonus has already run out.
Yeah, got the hit, didn't believe, gets the 6K, didn't have any resources to cancel into it though. And now life lead's slowly slipping away here from Marvelo. Oh
my god. Not the midair Ric Flair chop. Like, what is that? Oh my god, dude.
Like, put your leg away. What are you doing in the air like this? Back throw. Oh, back dash from Marvelo, trying to stay safe. That's a huge counter hit. That was massive. Took up the whole screen.
Side swap during it as well. Renton, no follow-up, very smart. Looks at the 5K and does get the throw afterwards. Stealthy's gonna try and ramp up the pressure and be the aggressor a little bit here, which I really do like. Look at the wrist gauge.
How many close slashes was that in a row? It felt like 6. Red RC trying to keep the pressure applied, gets the counter hit. Wrist gauge still quite high for Marvelo though, so they cannot block for too long. Oh my
That
goodness.
was disgusting. That was such a ridiculous, he knows that I know mix-up, because when the FD is tapped there and JH is not coming out, it looks like it's going to be that really there's a super slick like lower throw situation you can set up there. Marvelo pretty expertly sets that up and then goes for kind of this mysterious, not lower throw, but this mysterious third option. Like, that was so sick.
And of course, you're just gonna explode at that point. Your life bars forfeit.
Duel 1.
So Marvelo's gonna finally get a game on the board here, but everything could slip away, right? We've seen this before. We've seen this type of lead come out to begin with, and it's just insurmountable sometimes.
Punish. 2H. Not too much else afterwards. Great use of the 6K to answer some ridiculous angles.
Oh man, that's enough. Oh my god.
The buff.
Chipp health.
He used 2 buffs in that combo. That's new school Axel.
Hey, Chipp needs a buff. His health bar too low. He just exploded in that sequence, but goes low. Whips the grab again, gonna be able to get a sequence going. Next hit might confirm into the overdrive. Yep, there we go. First safe. Nice life lead coming through. The 5P.
Able to get the loop, try to go for the slump mix. Does get the 6K and is able to take the kill. That is how fast these rounds can go on a perfect.
Yeah, both rounds so far have just been lightning quick from each player. Sometimes you just get a great start as the Axel and you cannot let it up. But, I mean, look at this. Another tough round for Marvelo. This is set point, by the way, for Stealthy. If they can just close out the last 40% of this HP bar, they'll be moving on into top 8 as well.
Close last in the throw is continuing to just pay off ridiculously well from Stealthy. Gotta be careful about how you jump, too. If Stealthy gets you with the anti-air, you can set up for that. The legendary charge dust.
Yeah, the charge dust is especially dangerous, but whiff on the command grab, but whiff on the burst. Goes for the slump, trying to keep the mix alive, but great reversal. I think that's enough to kill.
It's just enough. Stealthy weighs the odds and again is willing to go for the reversal there.
Make sure that you're claiming those codes. It's free money. It's no harm to you. It just takes a second of your time, and we are all ready into the match, and it's Umisho on the Leo.
Surprised. I thought Umisho might soul mirror Mike Saftig, but she's gonna go for the Leo White Fang here. Fortunately getting throw looped right now into the air throw, says it still counts. Got her in the infinite into the 6H. What? She's getting pressed. That was tough. That was
Oh my
round.
god.
That was a demon Saftig round. Good cut.
That was too funny.
Ooh, and the backdash is now trained the throw. Starting to go for the shimmies a little more often. Umisho starting to fight out of the corner a little more often though, trying to look for that 2D. And there's a throw of her own. Very nice.
Yep, gonna set up some mix now. You gotta pay attention to where this Leo is going, but you're still gonna get popped up into the sky. Gonna be forced to fight for your life. We got RCs. We got tension. That might be enough to... Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
Pretty close. Ooh, just enough.
Just
Look at the
barely not
meter,
enough.
too. Look at the meter.
I was
Like-
expecting round start DP. I'm gonna be honest with you. No way.
It happens again, dude. He goes through with the command. That was one of the only times I've ever seen that. He's gonna rip it out like that.
I'd be so tilted.
on.
I would be so tilted.
Mike is kind of gamer today.
I knocked my microphone loose.
I just want to say huge shouts to Tong, by the way, the brains behind the operation, Mr. TampaNeverSleeps himself, Tong, putting $25 directly into the match arena, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, shout outs to Tong Lee.
King. Dude, that was game one going to Mike. Umisho did a good job fighting out of this one though, trying to win out these footsies here. Ay, but she gets shimmied once again and forces the burst this time.
Yeah, with another counter hit coming in from Mike, who has just been lighting up the screen tonight. Gonna force it out, punches him out of the J2D as well. Look at the tension too. We're gonna get something tricky again, I guarantee it.
6S, she goes for the 2D, tries to shimmy, Mike doesn't bite. Plenty of meter here. Go for it again.
It. Well, because they were in the guard point stance, and so Mike was expecting him to stay there, but Umisho gonna get the jump out, gonna get the back turn throw, overhead immediately into the overdrive as well.
Yeah, really well played. She's got a great idea of what to do in these situations now. It's gonna have to go for the mix, and DP's out of trouble. Tries to go for the foreign charge dust.
Back dash, not gonna work out, and is that enough? Oh, doesn't get the DP afterwards. Mike just needs one more touch. The BRC mix potential. Oh,
Backs off.
the
Into the
projectile.
fireball, so smart. That was such a sneaky fireball.
It's fast too. You got to be ready for it. But Umisho finally gonna get around on the board, gets a counter hit just to keep the pressure applied as well. Oh, headbutts.
Yeah, try to find it, but the Gold Burst comes out with all this meter. It's gonna use the Grand Viper. Good blocks on everything though from Umisho. The defense really paying off for her, but she still has 50 meter and it's just gonna go for the DP and actually uses the RC to extend it.
Wow, everything going right here for Umisho. Gonna get the wall plant. Not enough to kill again, but I think this life lead might be insurmountable right now for Mike. Yeah, Splash keeps the way out of danger.
Yeah, I mean, once you're at the point where the DP is even threatening to chip, you just have nothing. Umisho is just gonna down back there and wonder why it's taking you so long to approach.
The Guile syndrome.
Oh man.
So, one up pop. And man, Mike's on something else tonight. I don't know how else to say it, but Umisho, yeah, is rocking, the new character, but it's not a character that they'll be unfamiliar with, right? Like it's definitely an option. Oh god, Bandit Bringer coming down from the skies, gonna get the knockdown. Not this time though. Flash kick successful, and now we got mix.
Able to get a little bit of the mix there, but doesn't get too much else. Able to get the punish, and now returning to neutral here. Mike having the meter is a huge advantage because little touches like this get extended so far. But Umisho is gonna spend the burst.
Yeah, she kind of had to in that situation. We were very quickly going to be going through the wall. Mike, he's been messing with these air bandits for like 2 weeks now, and they're just finally starting to come together in the fact that they always cross up, and it always looks so goofy, and he gets so much mileage out of it.
Classic Soul bad guy. The 5H animation starts coming out. The JH animation, excuse me, starts coming out. Able to get the low straight afterwards there. So tricky to deal with.
Trying to get a little bit of a dodge, but Umisho right on top of him. Tries to get the slash back, but forced to turn around. All right. Oh, God, that's a crazy long counter hit. Hate to see that.
Okay, good evasion, 2P. What an answer. Oh my God, he blocked it. He blocked it. Hold on.
It was a just block too. Somebody check him for a block button, please.
Oh my God, not the check him PC, dude. Oh no.
Oh, but now we got pressure being applied. 3 frames coming out from the 5K, but Umisho still going to challenge out at the perfect moment. Oh, now we got throws. Now we got mix. Oh no, you put yourself in the corner. You got to hold Mike for Saftig pressure, and you didn't RC. It's tough.
Yeah, that's such a tough situation there. As soon as Umisho went sicko mode for a second on the left-right game, Mike somehow blocks it with the just block, switches, and you can tell he switched just in time because of the just block. Like, oh my God.
Bro, Mike, is this just going to be the night of upsets, right? Like, Mike is also just playing on some other level here. Now, granted, it's also not Umisho's main character, right? Like, she could have swapped over to Happy Chaos at any point here and tried to run the set, but she's committed to the Leo.
I mean, that's one of the nicest things about having such high-level online brackets is being able to try out different stuff here. So Umisho is having a good time playing Leo so far, and I mean, the Leo is looking really polished. It's being played well. Mike is just winning out on so many odd situations.
Yeah, Mike just continually committing to the burst bait as well, surprisingly enough. They haven't been burned by it enough, they feel like, but they forced the burst this time. They were going to go through the wall because Umisho showed no signs about baiting that burst out. Oh, counter. Goes to the cross up. Oh, they just get smacked, though. That's a super late burst.
He's going to try and be a hero on this one. Has to hold the FD in the late JS on that little fade back Mike on potentially the final round.
And this is like worst case scenario, right? You bursted so late into the first round that it's going to be a while before you can get it here in the second round, and you're almost either committing to not having it in the second round, or you have to win this round to make sure you have a burst again in a successful moment. But weird interaction there. I lost track of what happened.
He came out, Umisho went for the overhead, it gets backdash. Mike tries to reset the pressure off of it though. And a throw attempt from full screen, definitely an execution error, but Mike
Did you see that run? Did you see that? Oh, but we got the knockdown coming in, goes for the side swap, but the DP from Mike! Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Hurt as bad as it could have, but the punish with the 5K.
Oh god.
Ringer.
Yeah, baited out a couple different 6Ps there, but big damage coming out here from Umisho. Gonna be able to break the wall. Oh! Hello?
Almost 50 meters.
Daisuke? Oh, they tried to bait out.
Just waited, tried to go for the JS too far. Bandit Bringer is gonna get punished. Oh, the revolver, excuse me. A little overzealous on trying to get that whip punish, or potentially Chipp.
To be fair, this is exactly what I expect out of a Soul Bad Guy player at this stage of the game, is their brains have just turned into jello, and so they just do whatever they want. Oh, just blocks. So many just blocks, are you kidding me?
Chance here, very well played, drops the combo though. We show another chance, still has burst too.
Blocks it though?
Late, but Mike is ready for the late burst. We were talking about people adapting to the new timings of bursts, and Mike is just on the same kind of level with it.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get it. We're going to have our next match, dude. So,
oh, it's the Geo again. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, maybe just wanting to play this matchup, feeling a little more comfortable in it here. I mean, the way that Geo is able to steal turns sometimes and take plus frames just like that might be what they're looking for a little more of.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking about how good Kai would be in this matchup. But, I mean, you can still, like you said, take space, take time, take turns. As Geo, taking advantage of all these plus frames. And you can really force the issue onto Goldlewis, who, while having defensive options, not the best of ones. But sets up the drone, crushes the dome of Daze right there. And now, you got the counter hit. Resets with the throw.
Oh, is just able to kill there after the jump over with the Tatsu. So that's the first round down. Daze, again, looking very strong on this. Doggy Arrow is such a good way to... I think I see the vision, because being able to use Doggy Arrow from those distances to steal turns seems kind of ridiculous here. So kind of play that like 2-3 character lengths. I like that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the buffs that she got this patch, right? Being able to add that extra distance onto it so you can basically go full screen with it, it feels like, most of the time. But sometimes you just get a counter hit like that, goes right into the overdrive, gets some plus frames on Wake Up as well. So what's the option? Stays front side. Counter.
Close slash into the 2S, is able to just down, back, and block at the burst. Mr. Chupi had a couple small opportunities, but Daze overall never really let Mr. Chupi get to play his offense like ever. It was kind of just an offensive showcase from Daze in the most of that first game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that the last time we saw Daze or Mr. Chupi as well, though, where game one wasn't their opportunity whatsoever in the Axel matchup. But then they were able to adapt to Yurikov's play. They kept winning and winning and winning, and it's once they get into this corner that things start to become their turn. The difference here is that Gio doesn't have to let you get to the corner.
That, and Gio is comfortable playing stand-up with Goldlewis. Milia can't. So
At all.
at least Gio, when she's standing, can fight. Gio, at some ranges, just flat has the advantage. Like we said, being able to stay at this little range that Daze is keeping to go for the spiral arrow. That is a ridiculously good spacing.
Yeah, and then even, you know, opting into either the 5K or the 5H after, you know, the spiral arrow, it's so long reaching. We've seen it catch a backdash so far already. Like it's a tough thing to deal with as Goldlewis. See, spiral arrow into the 2K, into the wolf slash, and you're just dead.
Another round down. Daze found the 2D. Try to get aggressive here, but a nice press from Mr. Kupi. Abare 2D, so strong from Goldlewis.
Oh god, so much damage. Oh man, that's a tough thing to see, but oh wow.
Yeah, and the uppercut. I mean, that is how rounds can. Sometimes Goldlewis, he gets unchained. A couple hits is all it really takes.
Yep. I mean, even if you block it, you're losing solid HP. So it's like you have to, or you get the feeling that you want to bust out like as soon as possible against Goldlewis, because you just know that the longer you're being forced to block, the longer that, you know, your HP is going to have to endure. But if he's playing the game right and playing the game proper, he's going to be ready for your challenge, and you're just going to die. That's the difference.
Okay, RC's backwards there, just to try and bait the burst, try and keep it safe and solid. A little bit of corner carry, but doesn't quite make it there because the accidental side switch, and then a great burst from Mr. Chupi to get back on your feet.
Oh, the clash with the 6P, and it still comes out ahead for Daze.
There, 50 meter, finds the throw and is able to take the kill. Doesn't even have to spend anything. And what is that? That's Giovanna whipping a Hurricanrana on a person 10 times her size. As impressive feat on the forward throw.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. But I did see in chat that somebody said statistically 90% of robberies are committed by Goldlewis, and all I have to say is that he works for the government. So,
man, it's the USA chant in the distance. 2-0. They try to go for 5P. 2D trades, huge win for Daze there, being able to find the knockdown. Is able to win out the footsies afterwards too.
Gonna lose that one out though, as Daze able to keep pressing towards the corner. Interesting challenge out though from Mr. Chupi though. It's actually gonna work out. Forced back into the corner. PRC makes that safe. Look at the pressure. How do you bust out of this as Goldlewis, right? You just have to know the frames.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, there's YRC, there's FD, there's like FD just blocking, and then there's reversal super. There's you either have to know where the resets of pressure are coming, or you have to be willing to take a risk. And unfortunately, Mr. Chupi has not quite been able to do any of those things. 2P is the name of the game a lot of the times for answering some of these special moves.
Goldlewis's 2P is such an enigma, right? Because it's so stumpy, and it doesn't sound like it should be good in a lot of situations. And yet, all the really good, you know, Goldlewis players love that button. They throw it out every chance they get, and it always seems to work.
Now 2D whip punish, way too far for the burst. You got to respect it, but unfortunately here, Daze has chosen not to. Straight into the spinning dog kick that is not quite enough.
Literally a pixel.
Anything will do it.
Barrio plus frames into the throw. Certainly secures the victory there. That's going to be Daze taking 3-0.
So Mac knows the match, which will be cool to see. It's harder to get the experience for Anji, I feel like. So we'll see how Daze handles it. This is going to be a really good one. Probably the two hottest players coming into this top 8.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about the Anji thing. Not a strong character. People aren't interested in playing him unless they were already interested before he came out. So, gonna be able to get a nice little sequence there off of the PRC. Daze off to a really strong start here, but look at that. MacMens already looking to bring it back.
They tried to go with the overhead. That was like, dude, Daze is also very aware of the matchup there because that was an amazing 5P. Not only was it an amazing 5P, but it was amazing to know that he could continue to press it there. So very well practiced, you can tell already in one round.
Dashes forward, takes advantage of the plus frames, catches them from far away with the wall flash. But everything coming through here for MacMens, getting a nice little sequence. Goes risky with the overhead, but hey, nothing off of that counter hit.
Knockdown, dashed up, close slash. Good defense in the just block. That's a punish on the throw. Butterfly comes out, the YRC breaks it up, but he has meter. That is why I say so often that it's risky to tech without meter, because when you do have meter, you can turn bad throw attempts or bad attempts at baiting your throw out into just explosive offense.
Great whiff punish too. The far slash came out, didn't connect onto anything at all, so you just get a free punish there. Plus frames, but only goes for the 5K. Forward throw, OTG. Oh no. Oh no.
Push through the wall, not enough to kill though. Almost at half a bar here. Daze gonna get aggressive.
Oh, there's the throw.
Oh, dude, what a backdash.
Definitely expected the throw there after the round start, but sometimes tap dust, it's still gonna get you.
Yeah, I mean, that is it's so hard to deal with, so hard to react with. It's one of those things where you have to really, really practice and grind out the situations that it's going to come out in.
So, game one on the board there for Daze, but MacMens is still fighting for it. They're still looking super strong here in this top 8 winner side matchup. It's just that they're not really the winner in a lot of these plus frame situations.
I wonder what how much twirl value you can get out of this match too. I'd be interested to see how that interacts with a lot of different stuff. But so far working out nice into the PRC, but he misses the punish. Huge punish whiff.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking. All that investment, and now you're just gonna see how it's done the right way. Oh no. Talk about difference of opinion.
Just an update for you guys. ITH whiffed top 8, ended up 9th, going down to Umisho 3-2.
This time though, Red RC gonna work out from MacMens, gonna have plenty of damage with the wall break. So, staying alive. Finally gets a little bit of luck to go their way, but you have to close out a little bit more. Oh, the double dash chase down coming in from Daze, but back throw is also super strong for Anji here. Able to set up against the wall, and this is where you get to really run some pressure.
Doing a great job so far with 6P. Got the air-to-air. Is able to convert into the double co. Nice juggle. And now, oh, what a press though. Not afraid to swing out of these scenarios and paying off, but now maybe swing a little too much. MacMens got a read on the tempo and had some crazy whip punishes there.
That was
I think that's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Is like footsies are obviously important when it comes to like knowing where to space and like knowing where to stand and like knowing which buttons beat what, but like understanding the tempo that someone else is kind of swinging at, I feel like is just as important, if not more important. So that was kind of what happened there. MacMens just kind of gets a rhythm for when someone for when Daze is going to be pressing, and that's enough to close around.
Yeah, and especially on a character like Anji, right, where when they released, a lot of their stuff was not very good frame-wise, and so you had to like really, really know when to break into the tempo string and make sure that you had the advantage. And you know, every patch they get a little bit of love and they get a little bit better, and their frames look good, and they get to do some of this crazy stuff that we're seeing MacMens take advantage of right now. So I think you're right in that twirl here against the drill is probably your best option, but it's also, I don't think, ideal, if I'm remembering correctly.
Ooh, burst came out. It's going to get punished right away. 50
I think you're dead.
Available. Daze should be able to take the kill, yeah. All right. Daze trying to take control of this one here. A very important swing game. You do not want to get down. Setting yourself up to have to win 2 in a row will be a nightmare.
Yeah, really against either of these players.
Yep.
But I mean, with the way that Daze has been playing, I think MacMens would really prefer to have this comeback, not have to fight through Giovanna for 2 games. You're just sitting here like, man, this character is always plus. They're always pressing buttons. I'm always blocking. Where's the fun in this?
That was an amazing just block there to be able to fight out on defense. Once again, showing off matchup knowledge.
Try to challenge after the drill, which is always risky business. Huge overhead counter hit, though. Next hit could seal the deal for MacMens.
And yeah, that was so sick from MacMens. Recognizes the meter. As soon as you look at MacMens' meter there, you see 100. Overhead has to be your first thought, and the low is just so impossible to react to.
Yeah, the 100 tension made it available to close out that round with the overdrive. Didn't have to risk any shenanigans with the wall, but Jesus, that's so much damage. That's just a broad tap dust counter hit situation. Takes the overdrive damage as well. This is, I don't know how MacMens comes back from this.
I mean, that's a great start, being able to get out of the corner. Goes past RC. Pressure up, but doesn't get too much off of it, and it's gonna burst here. So now, with the Fujin connecting, here's a chance.
Yeah, but that second Fujin being a little bit short was a bit of a moment there for Daze to get back in it. But now they're blocking against the wall. They get that 100 tension defensive buff. And so now, what is the wake-up option? Because MacMens might be doing it to him. Oh, PRC into the up kick, immediately into the overdrive. That's going to do it. Daze taking the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, MacMens unfortunately took kind of an aggressive option there. As soon as he had jumped and dashed like that, he recognized he had to do something that was going to... You have to pick the option that's going to put you into the best spot at that point, understanding that your opponent has more than one RC to deal with whatever you're going to do. So at that point, you just make your best guess and put your best foot forward and hope you don't get clocked for it.
Yeah, and it's tough because you also don't see a lot of upkick these days. It's like a DP that's not invulnerable. So it's kind of missing like half of the equation for a good move. But if you can clip somebody out of the sky like that, it's the exact tool you're looking for. But great whiff punish coming in there from Daze with the 2D, and they're getting everything they want right now. They can do no wrong, it seems.
Fujin whiff punish. Jump over too far again.
They're fishing. They're fishing with that 2D. The bird comes out, gonna get the connect. HP slowly slipping away, but another whiffed throw from MacMens, just deleting their HP bar.
Tap dust afterwards there. Goes with a couple 5Ps, just insult to injury. And now it is potentially the final round here.
No winner side. So, there's still an opportunity potential for somebody who loses this set. But again, teching when there does not need to be one. HP dripping away.
So, on the counter hit, trying to fight back into this. Twirl a little too far. Giovanna PRC's forward, tries to go for it, but MacMens is starting to be a little more patient on the tech situations now.
Okay. Good stuff coming through here, but the back throw coming in from Daze. Gonna have 100 tension on deck, so MacMens gets to play a little bit, gets the tap dust, gets the follow-up. That should be enough, yeah. Gonna be able to stay alive.
Ooh, so this is the important deciding round here. Daze just needs one to put it away. There's one of the first round start spins we've seen the whole time. MacMens breaking it out in this last-ditch effort.
Had a great jump over on the drill there as well, but you still have to be ready for all these normals. Taking the plus frames for the throw opportunity. Oh, nice challenge out there from MacMens. Gonna get a little bit of the turn back. Gets the PRC.
Okay. Meter though, Daze has an opportunity here. YRC just wants to hold on to it here. Wants to have enough meter to end the round if they're able to fight out of it. But I don't know if they're gonna get the chance here. Gets caught low. Oh, Daze didn't want to FD, didn't want to YRC, was trying to save the meter to guarantee a kill when he had his chance.
I'm curious why they chose that button as their challenge button. I don't think... What is it? It's 9 frames startup, so it's not even that fast. 16 frames of recovery. I don't know. I got nothing. but it does give the opportunity for MacMens to tie it up again. It's going to be 2 apiece. First game of top 8 is going bananas.
Metro, you tell him, bro. Wait. This guy, he's too deep in it right now. Final game.
He's busy. He's not picking up the phone for us right now. Oh, counter hit, forcing the burst out. Spin coming out, gonna work this time.
Okay, so fast can get anything. Try to go for the overhead, nice jump out of it.
How many overheads?
Look at the risk gauge here. Anything will do it here. We're guessing for game at every interaction. Not enough though.
That first gauge is back into the red though. You have to be so careful. The next hit could honestly secure it. Finally getting clipped overhead.
Yo, once again, potentially the final round here. This time in favor of MacMens though.
We haven't seen, we haven't seen that much Fujin low, but as soon as it comes out, it is jumped over. But we saw an entire round of overhead pretty much, and I think it was really starting to condition Daze into just blocking high every time Fujin comes out. And so the low finally getting an opportunity to work, gets the knockdown.
And MacMens is stealing turns now. PRC, he's gonna take the kill on that one. Dude, so many stolen turns from MacMens.
I just didn't know. Now I know. Now I'll know for next time. But right into our next top 8 winner side matchup is going to be Mike Saftig going up against Stealthy. So another very incredibly solid matchup here. Soul Bad Guy going up against Axel, and Mike already ripping the counter hit, ripping the combo off. Gonna be going through the wall. Counter hit round start though. Stealthy able to get a little bit of something going for themselves. They try to jump over the gun flame, but they just get punished for it. Mike is literally just running coast to coast right now, trying to find the spot where he can push a button into Stealthy. And that'll do it. That's going to be enough. Plenty damage on that DP. Going to be able to take the first round. Runs under the 5D. Pushed back to full screen though. He's got to go back for a jog. Stealthy doing a pretty good job holding him off for now, but it could change at any moment. Gets a close slash. So much damage. Holy cow. Ends up on the wrong side, but able to pick the combo right back up. Does he have enough to kill? No. Just barely not enough. Oh man, great round start counter hit. Even gonna get him with the rainwater as well. Man, Mike is not ready for a lot of these air options that have come out of Stealthy. He's gonna be forced to hold some block string pressure though. Great challenge again. Stealthy doing their best to try and not deal with the Soul Bad Guy. Axel players, best air throwers in the game, I will say. They're so good at it, and nobody's ready for it. Baits the burst at the end of that as well. Stealthy doing an amazing job to stay strong and close out that game 1.
Yeah, these matches against Soul, specifically as Axel, can be really difficult if you don't know which buttons to press where. Because again, Soul is one of those characters that has the highest reward on a good guess. So if he finesses you and guesses where you're headed one time, it's just a career ender, like every time.
Yeah, and we saw that in round 1, like quite literally. We just saw the HP bar explode from Stealthy, but then everything after that, they tightened it up. They made sure that they weren't stepping out of line, and they were able to slowly but surely take the rounds. And now we're heading into game 2, and it's just, again, counter hits forcing out the burst.
Bringer 2K2D, RC's forward, side swaps, very smart.
Yeah, still wake up counter hit too, but oh no. Mike reading it, reads the burst as well. Look at the damage. It's just bad guy damage.
I say the easy just bad guy things.
Still life lead though. Went for the throw, PRC to make it safe, and we got 6P. Shout out to A2FGC for the raid. Thank you, buddy. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you're enjoying the matches just like we are. Just like we are.
Okay, throw for the punish there. Jump off of it. 2D connects. We're able to go for the PRC. Mike is in trouble, and he's not actually going to spend the burst. Tried to hold it for a little too long. It does not work out.
I mean, you would have had to burst the 5K, right? I think that's the only portion of that towards the end that was even potentially burstable, but it's also what stuck you against the wall. So
yeah, exactly.
Axel's tough. He like, there's not always a good chance to burst them.
Yeah,
burst against them.
Between him hitting you from so far away and his combos almost always leading to a jump, he just is pretty naturally difficult to burst against. It just that is, I think, for me personally, I know everyone thinks about it differently because you should game plan for yourself. But for me personally, when I'm playing against him, any value is good value. I don't care. I like the second I have a chance to extract any value from burst, I take it.
And that is just a part of the game of knowing your resources and what you can get out of them. And right now, Mike is having a bit of a struggle to get in and, you know, take advantage of the resources that they have to work with. This time, though, another empty Gunflame wild throw. I don't know what that sequence is.
See, able to convert that into a knockdown here. Jumps against the trade, actually. 6S tries to work out too far, and Stealthy gets to the other side. Finds the touch, so now Mike very much in trouble until he dashes out of it. What an aggressive choice to win that round.
Even, like, did the slow walk waiting for the burst, but there was no chance that Stealthy was going to burst that right at the end. Saves it for this round if they really need it. But it's actually Mike that's being forced out of that utility early on. Knockdown. Full screen again. This has been such a hassle for Mike, honestly. What was that? Fafnir just didn't do anything. It was meaningless. But Mike with no burst means that they're just going to explode. Literally.
Oh, try to go for the low profile. Does find the throw afterwards, actually. And there it is. So that is such a hard situation to react to. Jumping heavy in that scenario is a safe jump. Jumping S whiffs on, I think, every character and sets you up for that lower throw.
Already off to another crazy good start here. Stealthy really looking to take this series 3-0, which is, again, wild after the last time we saw Mike when they played against Umisho. And you're just the anti-air dust attempt. Yeah, rainwater to close it out. Insane levels of play from Stealthy, I will say. But it's top 8 time. You gotta swap. You gotta bring out the big guns literally coming in. And speaking of big guns, shout out to Team Spooky for the raid. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Huge raid. Hope you guys had a good stream. Hope you've had a good night. Hope you guys are enjoying the matches as we're already into the action.
Yeah, good to see you all. That was me that timed him out. Chat, don't be mean to people. I zero tolerance. Don't do that. You can say whatever you want about characters. You start talking about people, that's a wrap. Don't do that. Well, let's get it. Try to go for the Alpha Blade. A little too far. Try to go for the J2K. Tries to go for the shimmy. Marvelo does not bite on it.
Oh, gets the knockdown. Forces the burst there out of Umisho. And this is a matchup that we've seen a lot in Happy Chaos versus Chipp, right? There's been a lot of players playing these characters recently, and it does sometimes really seem like a struggle for some of these Happy Chaos players. That was tricky though. Went for the roll through with no gunshot, and so it was actually the close slash that came out for the counter hit.
See, try to get the Alpha Blade. Very nice. Oh, IRC in response, and okay, the Beta Blade also. A couple good swings in a row.
The overhead RC mix, and it's gonna be the 5K at the end to close it out. Yes, chat, this is Street Fighter 6. Enjoy. They finally gave Luke a gun. Gonna take him to the corner already? Yikes. Umisho on the back foot this round. She's gonna have to really come up with some magic to try and catch this Chipp.
Okay. Oh, and RC's up. able to get the first out. Marvelo for the second time snips it out, and then after the wall cling is able to get the RC mix into the throw. That was so sick. You cannot let her get into those positions where she's able to get that curse going and kind of play that mid-rangey stuff.
Oh god, and sometimes you just round start and it just all falls apart. Able to get the counter hit, even goes for the wall slump. Umisho, look at this. Down to no bullets and doesn't even care. Got the tension on deck. Daze X. Oh man. And now you got all the resources you want, right? You got full concentration, full bullets. You can empty jump roll? Hello?
Into that fast RC. Very well played.
Who's blocking that? Nobody.
Too much value off it though. Press the corner. Unfortunately, it's gonna get clipped by the super off that. Look at the scaling on that.
It's a lot of hits. That's probably the biggest problem there, is just how many hits the overdrive comes through with. But the burst actually sending Umisho back to mid-screen to the plight here of Marvelo, now having to fight their way back in all over again.
Marcy, bunch of space, went for the back dash, very nice.
Oh, the clone PRC into that hop jump P mix that Happy Chaoses are starting to pick up.
Oh, there's the burst, gonna try and be a hero on this one. Try to go for the 2K,
oh, the clone.
A little too far. Does get the sweep though. The big opportunity for Umisho here.
Yeah, she ran out of concentration. That was the biggest problem there with the potential, but clone gone, run forward, hit him with the knife.
So 1 round apiece now. Marvelo still up a game though. Go for the 2D, way too far.
Oh, caught him trying to think. Umisho, nice little sequence here. Gonna get the pickup. Keeps the pressure applied. Just blocked from Marvelo though. And she's out of bullets and concentration. That's horrible situation finding in. But gets the brain blast. Baits the burst.
Oh, and again, Happy Chaos is of the same vein as Axel, where it's like, definitely extract as much value out of your burst as you can because of how hard this character is to burst against. And you see that Umisho, when she's executing combos like that, is standing at that range specifically because it trivializes the mechanic.
Yeah.
Like the mechanic is just not worth using at that point.
I mean, kind of look at like how much harder we see Marvelo having to work to get these burst baits, right? Like they'll do some crazy like alpha blade up down mix into jump into RC and block, and meanwhile Umisho, she's just standing there like yeah, get it over with so I can shoot you again. And it's just like, man, sometimes I feel so tough for these base characters. The DLC characters come out and they're stealing their lunch money.
Oh, what a run cancel. The dash cancel there was so sick. They didn't get as much value as she was looking for off of it, but Marvelo finds his cross up. Now the mix-up game is starting to begin.
Goes for the overhead, RC trying to stay in the air. But Umisho, her defense in this series has been top-notch. Are you dead? No, you're alive. Too much scaling. But
we get to fire a lot of bullets to get to the wall here. Unfortunately drops. That should stick to the wall. But okay, still finds the throw. I think normally you just cash out all of your bullets and you make it to the wall there.
yeah, and then plus the wall damage, it would have been really close for the kill. But
Yeah, the guaranteed on the shatter is a lot.
yeah, well, because it's unscaled, right? There's
The final hit after the shatter is a guaranteed amount.
yeah, it's basically true damage. But all right, here we come through. Great counter hit coming in from Marvelo. Gets another one. Oh, that's tough luck for Umisho. She's going to be being forced to block again and again and again. Where's the 6K? There it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Rolls underneath, gets the side swap. It's going to make this combo even deadlier. But even after the drop, Marvelo somehow turns it around and gets the 6K. Nice structure of the pressure there to squeak in the overhead. A round apiece, a game apiece. The most important round of the set so far. Coming up now as Marvelo takes advantage early but doesn't get to push his advantage.
yeah, this is going to be another one of those. You do not want to have to give advantage to your opponent because both of these players are so incredibly strong that if you give them a lead and you give them an advantage, they're taking that for all it's worth. But Umisho, she's actually going to use up that tension to get a BRC and bullets. There, all right, she gets a full reload. She's good. Oh, the burst.
Oh, it is able to finish it there. One more bullet is all it takes.
Yeah, that was playing around with your food a little bit right at the end there. We saw the double backdash into gunshot. There really wasn't anything for Marvelo to do in that situation. And now, you said it earlier, they're playing for 7th at the moment. And Umisho is up 2-1 at the moment. She's in a great position to be moving forward and, you know, ending Marvelo's run here tonight.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, nice little backdash there. Gonna be able to get the gunshot. Umisho. Gonna be able to get some really good damage already, but counter hit coming out here from Marvelo. Gonna take them coast to coast. Knockdown again. The just FD block from Umisho, though, buying her so much space.
Nice back. That's her footsie. See, trying to play a spacing style footsies game, and she just pulls a gun on me. Like, are you really gonna play footsies with that? Oh, Marvelo still manages to come out on top of that situation, though. They're trying to shimmy a gun. That is, that's a tough one.
It's like those TikToks where it's like self-defense, and then like they turn and they got the holy background and they got the halo and all that. It's like, yeah, no, it's not happening. But again, round start very much going the way of Umisho. She's gonna get the overdrive off through the wall, still alive. He might be squishy, but Chipp's not that squishy.
Okay. Again, no blocking with the gun out. So now, actually, Marvelo is in this. Still heavily Umisho favored, but all of a sudden, we have options here. Umisho has a YRC, a burst, and another interaction with Meter here to save themselves.
Gets the knockdown. But where's Wake Up Gunshot, right? Oh, wait. We got Red RC. I think you hold burst, yeah. Oh, you don't. But you got to worry about Chipp. Look at how far away Marvelo is. Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. Losing that round is tough. That is a lot of mental energy spent on that round.
From both sides. Like,
From
both
both
of
sides.
these players. Yeah. Like, they don't get the opportunity, but only Happy Chaos gets that type of confirm. You launch your opponent halfway across the screen in the opposite direction, and we got shooting behind the neck with the gun.
Okay, overhead, gets the 2D.
Good damage.
Double alpha blade into the throw. Mix-up continues here. Marvelo, one more touch with 50 meter.
Well, that was a weird situation. The 6P actually coming out of Umisho. Gonna go coast to coast. Checks out all the bullets. That should do it with the Red RC unless we get a burst.
Oh, tried super hard to bait the burst out there. Marvelo doesn't bite on it, but unfortunately gets clocked by the meaty here. Umisho
To society with this Nagoriyuki lately. And let's see if the ultimate defense secretary can come on and shut it down.
Okay, nice just block there, able to get the 2S.
Oh, both of them whipping buttons, and so we're gonna have to see burst come out there from Mr. Chupi.
Oh, that was slick. But the punish there was a little too close after the behemoth.
Oh, we got 5P challenges in the anti-air though. Gets scooped low. No Oki on round start, but she's looking quite a life lead.
Okay.
Oh, that blood?
Oh my god, and just swings the coffin. It's not a big deal. He's not too worried about it. Rivers coming through with the prime though, by the way. 18 months. Thank you very much, Rivers.
I think the blood was actually gonna burst there as well. Oh, you just scooped them out of Beyblade with the Behemoth Typhoon. Oh, it says get out of here with your safe frames.
Okay, look at the drone from that position. And now pressure continues, finds the low and extends the combo here. I love the idea and is gonna break the wall. Positive bonus.
And Goldlewis loves positive bonus. It lets them continue to just rip Behemoth Typhoons out. Chipp was a serious factor at the end there. There wasn't a lot of tension left, but Mr. Chupi ends up taking game 1. And NBNHMR, they've been looking a little off kilter tonight, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, I think a lot of it is just that Nubenheimer hasn't been able to find a lot of the spots that we would normally see from them, where it's like, when I think Nubenheimer, I think an explosive round start, and then it turns into the 2S show, right? 2S, 5H, wins out the spacing war incredibly well, and is able to press advantages from the amount of blood he gets back from winning those footsie interactions here. It just hasn't been able to find the groove, I think is the best way to say it, like you said.
So round start again, they're forced to burst near instantly down to about half HP, but now with Goldlewis in the corner, this should be when Nubenheimer gets to run their turn. But that, jeez, that was a full 360 typhoon, it looked like. Chat has said some really wild things tonight, Proxy. Somebody just said Goldlewis would be the best character in the game if it wasn't for Happy Chaos and Zato. Oh man, we're gonna get the counter hit though. That's a tough bait on the burst. That is not the burst you want to be seeing right there.
Okay, connect. The dash cancel, gets the hit on the jump in. There's a counter hit. Nubenheimer tries to challenge. It does not work out, but there's the back dash. Really good situation.
Meaty didn't connect, so now we got the pressure being applied here from Nubenheimer again. Updrift from the RC, trying to get some mix going, and there you go. Gets the Beyblade, sticks the wall. Doesn't have enough for the overdrive, but it's still a one-touch game here, and gotta watch the toes.
There, Nubenheimer looking more like themselves, keeping it 1-1 now.
Yeah, the character that, you know, I think whoever gets the opening start here and can keep their game running for as long as possible is really who's going to be taking these things away, right? Like, if you can get that early burst out and then continue to take them to the corner, then neither of these characters have, like, the strongest reversal options, right? Like, they don't really have meterless DPs. They don't really have, like, movement options. They both only have a single jump, right? Like, they're not double jump characters.
Yeah. Somebody said the big boy match.
And that's big boy damage for sure. Both bursts in the trash. Goldlewis too tall to be sliding in under that normal. The late PRC coming in there from Nubenheimer was great too, because if you run through the whole target combo here of Nagoriyuki, it's like -17. So they hold the PRC, wait for potentially Goldlewis to press a button, so that way they can PRC counter it. But either way, they get their turn back. They're able to get back in after the blood pop, and they take the round. So Nubenheimer is looking so much better here on loser side than the last time we saw them.
Oh, that he whiffed on the way down. It's still combos? That was sick. Oh, but trying to go for the swing after the clone. Goldlewis to steal the turn back. 50 meter, goes for the cross up. The Yozansen from Goldlewis.
The Yozansen Typhoon. Oh, with the wall break, this is going to be big damage, but it should still be one touch. Yeah. Unscaled true damage coming out from the shatter. And that was tricky. Fukio forward into clone. Oh no! That's so poorly timed, unfortunately, for Mr. Chupi. Just the way the timing worked, that the coffin hits during the blood explosion and immediately allows Nubenheimer to respond.
Ooh, dude. I feel like I think that my new favorite thing is Goldlewis would be top 1 if blocking didn't reduce damage. That's true.
Would he though?
You got a point.
I get, yeah, Behemoth Typhoon hurts, but I'm thinking, like, who else does really big damage? I suppose Soul Bad Guy would be up there too.
Flash, the dash cancel. Too much. 2H whiff. That's a huge jump in from Chupi, but she doesn't get almost any real value afterwards, but still finds the 2P punish.
Yeah, 2 p.m. wake up, like we mentioned earlier, very strong here for Goldlewis. But tech actually working out really well here for NBNHMR, but they got to block this drone. Counter.
God, dude. That's the pillow fight. The full screen overhead one.
Yeah, that's when you, hold on, how do I phrase my sentence? I don't think it matters anymore. This is just damage on damage as Nagoriyuki continues to press into this corner. That hit from so far away. The Beyblade didn't quite connect, but we're still going to continue to see damage being applied here. That one connects. Fukio backs for the OTG. And this is set point here for NBNHMR. Both of these players playing for that 7th place potential. They would really much prefer to move on tonight.
Good. A little bit of value afterwards. Up. Oh, 2S again. That is the new. That's the special.
It's so good when you're at this level of blood. Typhoon's coming out. That one's going to connect, but it's not the biggest usage of damage. Going to be forced back by the burst again. Target combo comes through. Gets the vampire bite. Going to have all that blood drain. Look at it. It's just go time.
Oh, doesn't get enough value off of it here. Still in it. Oh, but Mr. Chupi instead is going to be broken through the wall by the double 6H. Oh, as soon as that 2K connects, the recognition on NBNHMR to go for the 2K and with the slowdown, knowing he has way more than enough time to be able to confirm into wherever and whatever he wants off of it. Happy Chaos having the gun out, because since you can't block with the gun, being able to use the 2D at certain ranges to hit farther than you would expect can be a good answer to certain situations. But being able to actually get into those scenarios, we can analyze them all day, but applying them is so difficult against this character.
Yeah, that's really the difference that has to come out. But look at that, gonna get the knockdown already. Resource management so far really good here for Umisho. She's got that bullet, she's got the concentration on deck. It's just that now you gotta block for a little bit. Oh, and Daze forgetting that portion of the game, gonna get knocked down again. This might be enough to kill. No, you're alive.
Still in it. Buff with the 50 meter. Backdash. Too much value afterwards. There's the counter hit though, so all of a sudden, kind of in this.
Oh, this might actually be enough with the overdrive. Oh, the burst.
Oh, the burst timing was just insane. It gets chipped out.
Yeah, they spent all their tension on the overdrive potential, and it was canceled immediately. Burst coming in. I've never seen a more clutch burst, honestly. Oh, what? How is Happy Chaos still airborne enough there to get the JK?
Okay. Nice to extend
This one you're
it.
dead.
Deus Ex is going to be certainly enough to kill. This guy gets a full reload there, but unnecessary. Send him home. Umisho, first game. She has it locked down. And again, it's just like Gio has a lot of options to be able to fight these things, but like getting access to these options is just not the easiest thing when Happy Chaos contests a lot of the same ranges as you do, equally or better.
Yeah, I would honestly say better in a lot of situations, because a lot of the Happy Chaos tools don't feel nearly as committal as some of the Giovanna tools do, right? Like you don't have to like go for like the cross up or the up kick or anything like that. As Happy Chaos, you just shoot. You just pull out the gun and shoot. And then like your 6S or your 2S options just are insanely strong already. You don't have to worry about, them being challenged a lot of the time. But this is a great round here for Daze. Gonna get the burst out at the last second, but they got to block. And this is where things fall apart.
Yeah, that 3-bullet reload into the meaty high-low game. Goes for the fuzzy stuff afterwards. Get that 3-bullet reload into the meaty once again. Oh, and that's a good timing with the burst there.
Clone doing a really good job at denying the approach of Daze. But now went for the air throw, got shot out of it, and now I don't think there's enough damage.
She doesn't take the kill. Oh, that was almost one of the sickest hero burst reversals I've seen. That was so close.
Yeah, right at the end, I just think she didn't have enough damage. She had one gunshot left, just a little bit of concentration, not enough tension for the overdrive. So they ended up getting chipped out by the drill, but overdrive here for Daze, going to be taking us to the next portion of the map. Hero burst attempt number 2 coming in from Umisho. A little slow on the gunshot.
I really like Giovanna's shoes. Little paws are just, oh, it's just so damn cute. Every time I see it, I'm like, man, that's adorable.
They exist. Like they're real. I know you can get like sandals with that too, like little flip flops that have the paw prints on them. Because I've seen people use them at like the beach and like the wet sand to like trick little kids.
Giant.
Yeah, they're just like giant paw prints down the beach.
Oh, good. Umisho opens this one up with a quick answer. Already stuck to the wall, pushes through for the positive bonus.
Yeah, didn't need the overdrive, just needs the bonus. But nice challenge already. Gonna take advantage of some of those plus frames, but how do you deal with 6S? It's just a haymaker of epic proportions.
Oh, what a headbutt though. Gonna break out of that one. 100-meter available here. Umisho can spend all of it to make sure she gets to the wall here.
Just barely alive coming through here, but you gotta worry about all this chip damage from Umisho. Back throw? Okay. We got a chance coming through, but can't be whiffing the throw.
Yeah, didn't have an RC either. Just was trying to take a risk though. I respect that. In a situation where you're on a huge comeback, sometimes the risk is worth it. Yep, blocked. Good, really good defense from Daze, and good recognition to not fall for the shimmy. Goes for the 2K this time. We got to make a move eventually.
Yeah, the clone though doing another great job at preventing Daze from actually challenging out. So gotta be looking for that reload counter hit coming through. Takes us coast to coast. We're against the wall. Oh, that was another good connection, but didn't follow it up. Didn't believe.
First flip kick we've seen. Get too much off of it here. Try to keep the pressure on. Umisho gets a huge reload, and now all of a sudden she is back into this.
It's crazy how different the character becomes. And just like that, we're going to the wall. Goes for a bit of a reset, forces the YRC, but it's still a one-touch game. I think that's checkmate.
Oh, Daze almost got there. The triple dash almost closed the gap quick enough. It just sucked because you can't commit to a you can't commit to any of your special moves there, because if Umisho can ever take aim, the round automatically ends. You just don't have enough meter to survive it.
Yeah, and you saw Umisho attempt the reload. It was the double crouching there. It's not teabagging, chat. It's the input for reload. Happy Chaos inputs are wacky. They're not super intuitive, honestly, but the players make it work. So we are going to get a good round start actually from Daze, trying to make this potential comeback happen. They got to win the next 2 games in a row. Oh, that's sick for them. That's great traction.
Oh, into the super, and it does extra. It hits him right in the face. Yeah, like the upside down wall splash. Slash, back dashes it. Umisho all of a sudden, no footsies from way downtown, is able to get the 5K.
Yeah, Giovanna definitely has some long legs out here. Gonna get some plus frames going forward. Oh, but Happy Chaos with the chase down. Back counter hit, immediately forcing the burst out. Even gonna get the challenge again? Umisho's cracked. Gosh.
Reload. Tap the dust again, and yeah, since that unfortunately put them not in a grounded wall stick, has to spend the super to return to neutral.
Oh, we're just going for a jump shot mix. And what was that sequence? It was just kicking him in the shin and shooting him in the face.
She got him in the infinite, dude. Oh my god.
That point coming in for Umisho. Has a lead, doesn't have the life lead, but has the lead regardless. close slash coming into the full sequence, but the 2P mash, a Barre challenge. Okay, we got air throws. Great back dash up from Umisho, though. She buys a lot of space here. Gonna buy even more as we approach the wall.
Wall pump mix, able to go for the backdash there, slides in that extra overhead.
Yeah, this is, I don't know how you come back from this. This has not been the stellar part of Daze this night. The defense definitely crumbling when it mattered most. And that killed. Okay. I thought we were going to have another pixel comeback opportunity.
Think about it. It's a reversal time. Soul is a character that needs to take. He's got to shoot a shot. He has to. If you're picking this character and you're not willing to take the shots, then you pick the wrong character. And Mike is like one of the best examples of a player who's like not afraid to shoot the shot and has a ridiculously high percentage of hits.
Yeah, and it's gonna have to come into play here as we are going up against NBNHMR. It's actually the matchup here, and it's gonna be Mike trying to get the approach on. Oh, that's a big counter hit though. We're gonna go to the corner. Is it gonna be enough? Gonna have to get one more hit to at least break the wall.
That is going to do it there with the revolver. So a great situation here. Mike sitting on the positive bonus. He's going to back it off and look for the 6S. He's going to get chopped for his troubles. A 6P.
So we are going to have to see if that happens as we do just get the massive counter hit into the blood pop. Actually after the RC, but Mike can't hold it for one more second.
Okay, for 2-8, a little too far. Didn't get too much afterwards there. Is able to get the reversal with the Viper.
Oh, I'm gonna go for the Fafnir as well. Gonna try and get a little bit of those plus frames, but still gonna challenge. NBNHMR not willing to go quietly, and you're still gonna press all those buttons on block. Gets the dust sequence afterwards. Mike's in a tough spot. He tried to make the 6S safe, but just wasn't able to get it done.
So very good there to take the first game down. NBNHMR in his best Umisho cosplay. There we go. Oh, good. That's the first game on the board, though. Very well played.
Yeah, Mike definitely took some risks that game. Definitely took some. And they were not on the well-received side. So hopefully they don't let it get to them and they can recommit to some of these more risky options. But hopefully doing so within the confines of the match and not allowing NBNHMR to just do what they want. That's right.
Bandit Bringer punishes 5S. We're playing footsies with Bandit Bringer.
He's been practicing it. That's the crazy part. Like, he's been in the lab trying to make these things work. But, oh god. NBNHMR is going to get the sick punish out of the corner. And look at how far just the slash target combo takes you. It's basically one side to the other.
Oh my god, that's such a sick combo! The 2D into the vortex? Come on, man.
Oh, ducks under the 5K there. But cannot avoid the sword slash, unfortunately.
Spacing that time, though. To be right outside the range of the bringer. He tries to go for it again, looking for the Hail Mary.
He's just getting juggled.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Off the drop, though. That's tough. Still able to finish. NBNHMR on a perfect on that one.
I literally was playing like badminton with Soul's body through the sky. It was a lot of damage. That's just sheer. But Mike is in a tough spot. He has to win this game or else he's just going to have to reverse 3-0. And with that burst not coming out successfully, his chances aren't looking good.
Yeah, still able to find the revolver, though. Fafnir does get pressure off of it. Knockdown is confirmed, but there's the wake-up throw from NBNHMR. And you see he goes for the throw, has the RC behind it. a great opportunity.
And now this is what exactly we were worrying about is Mike going down 0-2 against NBNHMR, who clearly has woken up tonight, right? We talked about it a little bit earlier. They weren't looking the best in their qualifier match for top 8. They looked a little bit better against Mr. Chupi. They're looking a lot better now against Mike. And if that trajectory continues, it means that they'll look top tier going up against Umisho next.
Hey, Mike. I mean, 3 games in a row against anybody at this point in a tournament is a tall ask. NBNHMR, one of the toughest asks on the planet. And that's not a great way to start here. The DP connects all the way to the wall and looks for the reset. Mike pushes the 5K and gets the trade out, so does have control of the screen now.
Yeah, gets the counter hit as well, follows it up with a gun flame, but the DP after sets him up for danger. Forced to burst because of the mistake, but he still has corner control. Still able to, never mind, just finds himself mid-screen. Oh, God.
The way, though, look for the bringer. Good
Jumps
attempt,
over.
is able to get the chop, and there's the 6H to follow up. NBNHMR 1 round away and still has burst in tow.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna 6P. Round start, gonna interrupt whatever Mike was trying to get done. And I will say that even if Mike loses this game here, at least he has all those Twitter clips.
Okay, bring him out.
Yeah, I mean, with the blood level where it's at, it's going to be really difficult for Mike to get in, barring just running at NBNHMR. Because these normals are so good right now from Nagoriyuki. Basically, it got buffed this season, so.
Okay, pick it back up with the DP, sticks to the wall. Tyrant Rave, right in the team.
Yeah, and I learned today that Soul, one of the few players or characters that doesn't actually get a safe jump off of the overdrive sequence there.
Out here, NBNHMR, Pixel of Life, has to go for the RC.
Tries to catch the jump attempt, but oh no. Doesn't get the stick, so you're alive for a second, and the bandit trigger from the sky keeps Mike alive for a second longer.
Yeah, NBNHMR was trying to space himself out to 2H that, it looks like, but unfortunately just got kind of caught up in the moment, misspaced a little bit. Mike wakes up with the 5K and tries to find the path here, but a little too far.
Yeah. Does follow it up a little bit though, but oh no. Forced to burst, got it back after that round 1 attempt, but still getting counter hit. Target combo, forced the RC out. Just block coming in, 3-frame 5K comes out. Mike gonna be able to get a little bit of damage here, but next hit will do it.
And there's a throw. Said face in the dirt. The bulliest of forward throws.
That event, I wish I could be out there with you guys, maybe next year, but I'll be looking from afar. Speaking of looking from afar, we'll have to see how this matchup goes, because it's going to be Axel versus Anji, and we've gotten differing opinions in the chat about who should be winning this one.
In my opinion, just looking at it, it feels like Axel just has answers to a lot of the stuff that MacMens wants to do here. So we'll have to see how he ends up dealing with it, though. A lot of this matchup, though, I feel like will come down to, just like a lot of other matchups with Anji, how you deal with Fan. Letting Anji reset pressure with Fan is a death sentence.
Oh, huge counter hit on the rainwater. Going to be able to RC it, which I don't know what that was about, but
He missed his bomber. That was just a drop combo. Jumping, if random jump H is almost always a missed bomber.
that makes sense. Which, you know, they made it easier. They gave it a quarter circle motion now. But regardless, we're through the wall. Life lead very much in favor of Stealthy.
Pull in, try to go for the RC. Hey, the double jump H! I thought he was going to go for the forbidden stuff, the jump H into the bomber, but just goes for the double jump H this time.
All right, into the corner pressure we go. That's that fan mix that you were talking about. Well, not mix so much, but resets. But oh, they're just playing footsies with each other in the sky.
Big overhead.
Oh.
Tries to backdash it. 2D connects. No combo though. Oh, but he's okay on the feet. The perfect aim for a perfect.
I knew I'd get somebody by saying they made it easier with forward circle. Oh, look at the air-to-air coming out. Axel's pretty good at air-to-airs, I gotta say. But oh, wow.
2S big starter. Try to go for the PRC.
what?
Doesn't get the full speed. Well, I think he wanted to cancel the bomber and go for the max speed, like super dash almost.
Usually,
to get out of there.
yeah. That's usually how it sees, but maybe he was trying to mind game him. Like, I know that you know that I know I'll go super far, and so instead I'm going to cancel it and do the jump heavy. But regardless, MacMens taking game one.
Yeah, did an amazing job to be able to get the juggle there. Doing a great job to confirm that. Anji's one of those characters where he doesn't have a lot of things that link together fluidly on weird confirms. So that is really impressive to see Anji players being able to milk as much damage out of situations like that as they can without making their combos like overly complicated. Tournament combos.
Yeah. Some people like to say keep it simple, which is why you wouldn't play a Soul Bad Guy. But with the corner trap coming in, he still got hit by the bird. Did you see that at the end? But Red RC keeps the pressure going forward here. The dust again gonna get blocked, but not the biggest punish. Forces out the burst. Back though, they're giving Stealthy another lease on life, but MacMens willing to challenge out of the corner.
Okay. Jumps the Rensen though. What a call out. Burst just come out though.
Yeah, but you're now full screen against Axel, and that was an awkward confirm, but it worked.
I don't think he expected it to hit. Rensen Fast RC Commando is a very strong mix at that distance. But it does actually combo now, which is cool too.
Yeah. Gonna see MacMens jump the dust there, but Bomber still coming out. First now available for MacMens once again, but they gotta get closer if they want to use it. That was not close enough.
A little hop afterwards did not close enough distance, and the trade never in your favor. Fortunately, going into the life deficit there.
Yeah. Always tough, but get to go into more games, chat. That's obviously a plus here. We are going to see MacMens and Stealthy tied up at 1 game apiece. And this matchup doesn't really seem that bad yet. Right? Like, there's clearly some interactions that you're like, yeah, that's not great. But it doesn't seem like one of those, like, 8-2 matchups.
Okay, connect. The overhead doesn't get too much after it.
Oh, Red RC's that overhead attempt to try and keep the pressure going, but I thought Stealthy was going to have the challenge out, but wasn't enough.
Ooh, dashes up and throws from so far away. Stealthy's got a little Kai in him. Going from that max range dash up throw.
Oh, but the counter hit connects super heavy, but went for the unsafe option, not able to make it safe either.
Twice in a row, changed the flag to Canada. He's bursting so high. Oh, that hurts.
And he's not going to get another one. Even if he wins this round, it'd be really tight to try and get another burst in there. You can see how much lower his bar is comparatively. But if he keeps this pressure going, maybe it'll be his turn. Gets the air-to-air option. Apare. Burst available here for Stealthy, which means next hit they get, they could turn it into a burst, but they hold on to it. Round start going in favor of Stealthy this time, though. They do still have the burst available. They just got to find the right time to use it. MacMens continuing to set it up, baits out the burst with the PRC. Doesn't get much after it though.
K 2D. It's like really aggressive afterwards. I mean, he has meter, so he kind of has the right. Nice follow up. Jumps over and gets the low.
Oh, Fujin fan jump out that time though from Stealthy. Do they have enough damage? Not yet. Not yet.
Trying to go for the instant overhead, but it doesn't matter. The cross up low. Oh my god, that ending scramble was just so mess. It feels
messy.
like it's one of those things where it's like you never expect the scramble, the like really messy scrambles to go Axel's way. But like Axel players are professional scramblers. They're all so good. When the chips are down, it's really hard to bet against. Not necessarily the character Axel, but the people that play the character Axel. They're all so good at those situations.
And it's just practice, right? How many times are they finding themselves in these situations? How many times are they able to make their way out of it? And right now, it's already 2-1 for Stealthy, excuse me. So MacMens definitely has their work cut out for them at this point. And that game, I would say looked a little bit more frustrating for MacMens than game 1 or 2 did, but hopefully they can still stay with it mentally.
Okay, on the throw. Fly, not too much. Jumps out of the fan now. Stealthy's doing a really good job of preventing that fan to turn steal. That's gonna be Ko into the corner. Look at the damage off of that. He almost got the kill.
Unfortunate side swap came right at the end there, but only needs one more touch and gets the jump in.
MacMens could even this up here. Still, both players holding on to their burst.
Oh man, counter coming through. But full screen, tries to get a twirl forward, but man, I don't know what you're supposed to otherwise do as the Anji trying to approach full screen. Once you get to this corner, life's much better. You get a little bit more agency and you can do what you want, but goes for the overhead attempt again. You can see Stealthy going for these early jumps though, expecting fan toss.
Okay, RC didn't connect it. Didn't scale it too much more. Try to go for the dash over. Pull in comes through. Stealthy says, I'll help you get the rest of the way.
Fan toss was ready, gets the counter. MacMens can't close this round out. They're going to find themselves on against set point. Overhead.
Great string of pressure though. Takes it to the wall. PRC tries to get away. MacMens does let him out of the corner, and with that 2D, it does not kill. He doesn't get the combo.
Oh, they went for the butt hop throw. That's every Anji's day one mix was butt hop throw, and so now it is set point here for Stealthy. One more round, and they'll be able to secure themselves a grand finals position. Great start to the round here for MacMens, though. They're going to be able to get a nice little lead going for themselves. They cannot seem to get away with this jump throw anymore.
Yeah,
Again, it's countered.
Again, yeah, it's just not working out. Got the connection though. Max range, had to spend the RC to close the gap. Stealthy burst. Everything's on the table now.
Yeah, there's the 50 tension here for Stealthy. Doesn't use it on the throw. Probably going to use it on the offense here, though, in just a second.
As Axel, a lot of the time, you want 50 meter in your pocket just to correct the mistakes, too. Like, if you make a big guess, but there's the throw.
Oh, back to the corner we go. Gets the hit. Doesn't follow up on it, but it's the forward throw to close it out. Game 5 between Stealthy and MacMens.
Oh, see, like I said, a lot of the times Axel players will want to keep 50 meter because a lot of the problem with Axel is that every button feels like a huge commitment when the other person is just making big guesses to try and close the gap. So having that 50 tension to correct an incorrect guess, or something you tried to throw out something to preemptively stop a jump and it didn't work, is so it's your lifeblood. But unfortunately, it just oversaves the meter.
Never can be sure exactly when the best case scenario for a lot of these things are gonna be, but oh, great jump in protection coming from Stealthy. And this round, they're just getting everything right. They seem to have the right read. The full screen stuff's coming together for them. MacMens having a struggle to get in, but we've seen what they can do once they do. So it's just they gotta hold strong. They just gotta get it done.
That's the answer to butterfly. With the 5P, way too far. Let's connect. Butterfly catches the backdash.
Oh, there's that bomber escape route. Does get hit by the overhead afterwards, though. Forced to burst. MacMens still 1 or 2 sequences away from dead, though.
So consistently getting out of these fan setups now. Gets the low this time. Has plenty of meter to keep the mix-up going. Fast RC into the low.
Goes for the low again. Chases down the backdash with the JP. Gonna hit him with the Fujin. And now set point for MacMens to guarantee their best placing ever at a TNS.
Okay. 2S, too far. Backdash. Trying to finesse this. Does make him block the fan, which helps him close the gap, but Stealthy jumps the second one. It's not working on block strings anymore. You got to keep doing it every once in a while to keep it fresh, but
it's the low. Knocks him down. Oh, but the Fujin Raw is not going to be safe enough. Twirls through. Twirls in. Sets up the coup, but it's too late? Early? I don't know.
Meter 2. Late cherry bomb. Good amount of damage off of that. 50 meter for both players here. They both have 1 correct.
Fast RC to go low, but it just allows the jump back coming in here. But the counter hit, they need to break the burst. It's still there for Stealthy. There
There's
it is.
The burst. Now one last gap to close. There's the PRC.
Oh, gets gonna do it!
Fujin! MacMens is gonna punch a ticket to winner's side, making it look broken. But let's get into the next match here, dude. We're gonna be on to losers. Losers semis. Nubenheimer, Umisho.
This is an insane high-level match, and I don't think most people would have expected them to be meeting at this point in the losers bracket, but here we are. And Umisho already starting off the pressure strong from her. She's going to force out the burst of Nubenheimer.
Rushdown going here, even with no bullets in the chamber. Trying to get in there. Looking for the bite. Does not work out. Typhon Leo, thank you for the $1 contribution to the match, Reno. Thank you for that direct contribution.
Pressure. Application is in. Great just block from Umisho, but she's still forced to burst it out. And the concentration there had to have been a misinput because they were out of bullets. Oh, catches the Fukyo with a gunshot. Good damage. Gets the roll through pickup as well. Goes for the Goomba Stomp, but great blocks coming in from Nubenheimer. Six S's him through the wall. Nubenheimer definitely on the back foot here. The BRC actually going to beat out the clone attempt. And so good stuff coming through there.
Oh, try to go for the 2D right away. Out here. Again, that stomp. Able to close that gap. Get to the other side. Reload the gun. Now pressure's back on this slump mix-up. Okay, reload. 3 bullets. Goes for 4, actually. Catches the backdash on the 2P.
Oh man, gunshot, gunshot, gunshot. Oh, but look at the concentration. It got super low there for a second. But Umisho still going to be able to get through there with the roll. Oh, it drops it. The 6S doesn't come connect.
Oh,
And
wakes
now-
up with the button though. Okay, Umisho. That was a Zato moment. 2P,
Yeah.
2P, RC forward.
Her concentration came back literally as the RC popped. So she got a little bit of good signs there, was able to close it out, secures game 1. But that was pretty hard fought. There was definitely a chance of her not winning that game 1 there. Game 2, both of these players very practiced in this matchup. 2 of the more popular characters to play as because of their strength. But you gotta be careful with these long-reaching limbs of Happy Chaos. They will catch you sleeping. Umisho gonna grab Nubenheimer out of his DP attempt. Negative block. This is tough. 2 gunshots. All you get goes for the reload. Basically the full one.
Yeah, and having another 50 meter to continue to extend this pressure here can take kind of needless risks at this point, but unfortunately ran out of focus, and now Nubenheimer kind of taking control off of this.
5K connects as well as the 2S. Oh, but the gunshot beating out the Beyblade once again. And the concentration management from Umisho this set hasn't been stellar, honestly. They've been spending a lot of time in burnout effectively, and it's really cost them a lot of life. She's just lucky that it hasn't cost her a game yet.
Go, got the throw.
Oh, great 2P there from Nubenhammer to beat the jump-in attempt. RC's plenty of damage, gonna be able to secure the round.
Dude, and that is just, again, explosive Nagoriyuki round. I do think that this Happy Chaos has an advantage in this match, which is weird because I don't feel like Nagoriyuki really loses many other matchups here, but this is the one where it's like, it's so difficult. Even when you're able to have these explosive situations, one YRC, one burst can put you into just such a terrible position. Nubenheimer does a great job stealing the turn back and putting straight through the wall already. Look at the life totals.
Even that, look at the bullets amount here for Umisho. Even if she wanted to, she wouldn't be able to get a whole lot done. The updrift, trying to get some mix going on, but it was just a matter of time at that point.
Even it up. Good stuff there.
I like how Nagoriyuki calls Happy Chaos an accursed beast for being like, how dare you be happy in defeat? How dare you? So
right.
One apiece coming through. I mean, these are both just, well, I was gonna say seasoned players, but Nubenhammer's been to one offline major and they won. So.
Yeah, who said you can't season things quickly and still have them be good? Dude, it didn't need to marinate very long.
True, but BRC or PRC's backwards, just trying to buy some space, and I got nothing. It's just too much damage.
Yeah, 5S into the 2H. That is a Nagori, affectionately referred to as a Nagoriyuki round. Sometimes he hits you once, and it's party time. That's the reason we say it.
Yeah. Counter from both sides. Curse applied. Even going to get the approaching gunshot to connect. Umisho.
Shooting that early into your jump, too, is specifically like anti-2H tech. I really actually love that idea from Umisho.
I really like some of the adjustments that players are making, too, about grabbing Happy Chaos roll through, too. It's risky because the gunshot can come pretty early on, but
okay, that's just illegal, dude. Red the button at the beginning, drops the clone, closes the gap at the same time, is able to get the punish.
Yeah, the PRC drift JPs that have been coming out from Happy Chaos players are pretty grimy, right? You can either do it off of a backdash, you can do it off of a clone call, as we just saw there, or you can just do it. Like, it's just one of those things that it's tough to read, but oh no, I think you just die here. We're gonna build up the tension.
Deus Ex definitely dead. Push away, finish it off. Goodbye. That's one of those situations. Just as quickly as Nagoriyuki can steal rounds, he can accidentally overheat on blood and just get obliterated in one touch. You know, it's the universe has give and take.
Yeah, he basically just TOD'd himself, if you think about it. He just overheated, like you said. Umisho takes full advantage of that. And we're going to be heading into a game 4. Umisho has the game lead. Going to be 2-1 already. And Nubenhammer definitely has the strength to do it, right? The character is incredibly strong. It's just, I don't even know what adjustments they can make, honestly. They've been playing actually really well in this set. And that blood overpop was honestly the first true mistake I've seen from them.
Okay. Send him to the wall. the double backdash there. Not too worried about losing the meter here. Positive bonus already applied. Not going to go for the hit. Instead, he's going to look for the mix. Okay, off of a wall stick.
Oh, that close slash counter hit might seal the deal. That burst bait certainly will. And NBNHMR stays strong, stays in the game. Gonna look to tie this up 2 apiece. And again, just round star Beyblade doing so much damage. Man grab. Oh. Do you die here? No, you're alive.
I mean, there's a conversation to be had about potentially dying. Yep. I was gonna say that extra bit of damage when you hit the wall like shatter. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot.
It's pretty chunky. But it takes us to game 5. So here we go, chat. It's a game 5. Losers semifinal between Umisho and NBNHMR. And they're both playing pretty top tier Guilty Gear.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players playing incredibly well in one of the prototypical top tier matchups. I don't think it's a stretch of the imagination to say probably the top 2 characters in the game fighting it out here. I won't argue with you with the order, but these two, man, they're so strong.
In Happy Chaos versus Nago, I want them both to lose. That's a good idea, chat. I agree with you. Is there a way to double DQ? But Throw Tech coming in, buying a little bit of space, but the way that NBNHMR has been walking Umisho to this P1 corner these last couple games has been pretty stellar. They get a little antsy there with the Fukyo command grab, but Clone's kind of tough for Nago to deal with, I feel like.
Yeah, especially depending on the situation and the health totals. When Umisho is at a reasonable health total, so the clone has that a normal amount of health that it normally would have, it just eats up and makes it so hard to deal with. A lot of times you have to swing a button and then like cancel Beyblade to break through, which is such a huge commitment. And that double Fukyo, this is NBNHMR's racking that blood up pretty high now. There's no bullets.
Again, a little bit of mismanagement meter-wise coming through here from Umisho. She's going to have to really find a way to fight out without bullets, without tension, without anything, really.
Oh, so that, the rest of her life bar. NBNHMR taking that one down. Umisho still has burst, though. And a lot of these rounds, that round came down to just running out of bullets in a really inopportune time.
Yeah, it's similar to the blood burst from earlier on NBNHMR, where you're like, why did this have to happen now, of all times? I could have won, but the game timed me out, basically. But it's still set point here for NBNHMR. Tap Dust, the bane of everybody's existence, playing against Happy Chaos. But again, out of bullets. Gets one, spends it immediately, but is able to get the knockdown from War. Oh, we got gun pulls, we got damage, we got an overdrive incoming.
Absolutely. This is going to reload the guns here. Good amount of damage. Positive bonus. Guaranteed curse if she wants it. Or you can run in for a little bit of a mix-up game. Instead, she's going to take the shot. He was already cursed.
Oh, but that vampiric touch could be a little bit of beginning to end. Never mind. Never mind.
Ball. The curse ball to space it out.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Yeah, that's kind of cheeky, but big round start coming in from Umisho. She did so much damage in that opening burst, and now this is gonna be tough here for NBNHMR. They have to fight through burst and 50 tension Happy Chaos, and they're getting tap dusted anyway. Oh, they're dead. Oh, okay.
4 bullets for the mix every single time here. BRC, keep it rolling. That is the hard part of the mix-up. Not gonna push through the wall. Wasn't a guaranteed kill at that point, but this time that is going to be Umisho in an incredibly long perfect
Night.
Of course.
Sponsor quests, at the very least, only take a second of your time to get done, and they're as simple as follow a Twitter, subscribe to a YouTube, or even just retweet. But here we go, losers finals here between Razor Umisho and Stealthy.
Harassing with the slash buttons here, as you should. I mean, far slash might be Axel's best button. It's really a pretty ridiculously sized hitbox, top to bottom. So gotta be very careful about how you're interacting with him when he's at far slash range.
Yeah, this is another one of those interesting matchups where you do have the far range options, but both players are pretty competent at just running you down and mixing you up as well for different reasons. But Happy Chaos gonna force the burst out of Stealthy. Umisho, 3 out of 6 bullets loaded in the Clipazine. Let us see what they can get done with it. The answer is nothing yet, but oh, this could be it. They're gonna get the overdrive. Deus Ex in the back pocket, pulls it out.
Be a kill. Absolutely, that extra damage on the shatter through the wall. Umisho taking control here, 1 round ahead. Stealthy still doing a really good job in this match, though. There's the sweep. That is a huge amount of damage all the way to the wall. See how she wants to handle this mix-up. She's gonna get the slump and is just gonna break this time. I think that Axel is on an aerial hit technically, so good recognition.
Yeah, gets the full reload and literally just cashes out every bullet. Down to 1, but hello? Hello?
JP takes the 1 shot. Oh my god. All right, listen, man. There's no way you can tell me you watch this character and you don't get a little hype when you see stuff like that.
That was sick.
Oh my god, dude. Like, come on. You could be the biggest Happy Chaos hater in the world. You can't tell me. You gotta respect it, dude. That's so sick. Well, like, what a fix. What a fix to that combo. Jesus. Oh my god, dude.
I'm still just lost. The momentum coming through after the gunshot, not swapping directions and still carrying him to the wall. I'd be tight. If I was Stealthy, I'd be like, come on, game, why you gotta do me like that?
That worked out. RC down. It reacts to, well, as soon as you see the bomber, you can burst there, guaranteed. That's good.
Okay. Definitely showing some knowledge checks there, but definitely a little bit down on the life lead. But tried the 6P, didn't quite get it, but Happy Chaos always in the mix, but oh no! That's a falling apart there from Stealthy. They waited. They were a little early on the RC, which is why they got purple instead of red, and now it's just completely messed up their entire game plan.
Oh, tried to go for a crazy bait there. Is able to get the hit with those couple bullets. Now
Rain Blast.
Focused. Oh my god, is able to find the hit and get the kill off of it. Umisho making magic out of what seemed like nothing in the end stages of that round.
And yeah, like it's definitely tilting for Stealthy because they had the round 1, right? If they had waited on the RC until the throw was complete, they would have got the red RC, no scaling, they would have been able to get the last touch. It would have been literally round over. And instead, now they find themselves down a round in game 2. Deus Ex gonna come out. Big damage. That one's certainly gonna hurt. Oh no!
Way too high there. Is able to get the punish burst, comes out. Stealthy does have control of the corner now and is able to hit the snail.
Rainwater comes out, forces back after the BRC. Great anti-air there as well. It's going to be enough. They're going to be able to close it out with that forward momentum, tying up the round score. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going.
Okay, got the dust. The knockdown. Focus. There's 1 bullet here. Doesn't get too much else after it. And that's a great backdash from Stealthy.
Oh, the huge counter hit. You have to burst at some point. They missed it on the bomber. They're able to pick it right back up afterwards, but...
Ooh, and that curse ball. I mean, you see the curse ball bouncing across the screen towards you. I don't think there's a lot to be afraid of there, even with the clone, because you throw Renson out. If they stay behind the clone, you can go cherry bomb. If they jump at you, you can almost guaranteed hit them with the pull on the way back in. So that Renson, as long as you read the situation correctly and do the correct follow-up, is just kind of a coverall. That was really, really smart. As soon as you see that curse ball, if you have charge, let it rip. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and it clearly worked out that time for him, so it's definitely something they can keep in the back pocket. But getting counter hit round start leads them to the wall. We're actually going to take the positive bonus. Umisho, she doesn't want to go for that slump mix, is fully willing to just push the tempo.
He takes a shot. What a mix up there on the roll through.
And into the Deus Ex, just wants to get that reload in. Doesn't quite kill, but it's looking pretty dunzo for Axel here. Chipp is a huge factor.
At that point, there's really nothing to do. A crazy Renson throwaway or reading a reload with a command throw, but other than that, you're just out of it at that point. Axel does not really have the sauce when it comes to the comeback situations against Happy Chaos.
No, and again, tap dust from Chaos is always so grimy. I almost never see it get blocked, and there's a reason for it. It's impossible. It's nigh unblockable. And even that, it was the insta RC to cancel out the dust, and then you go low, and it's a pixel here for Stealthy in game 3. And they could do it. They might do it. It's just gonna take a lot. The clone comes out, and what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, once you're already committed to the 6/8s there, it's just a wrap. Umisho doing a great job to be able to use the clone, which is, again, one of the most... There was that one weird full screen situation where it didn't turn out as good as it could have. But other than that, like, Umisho has continued to press advantages in such a strong way.
That's why, she finds herself here fighting in the losers finals, looking to secure that grand final spot up against MacMens.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Why does he have a car? He has places to be, Lena. Why do you have a car? Man's a traveler.
Okay, tried to go.
Nice counter.
5S worked out. PRC gets the throw again.
Oh, this time it's Stealthy's turn. Gonna get the counter hit, and look at that. Nice little sequence afterwards. There's only one bullet left for Umisho as well. She's gonna have to get a reload at the end here.
Oh my
she
god,
had
but
plenty of time.
clutched it with the 2S.
Now this is a tough spot for Stealthy. Finally gonna block the tap dust, but try to get something with the red RC. Stealthy wasn't biting, gets the back throw, and out of bullets again for Umisho. She's gonna eat a big amount of damage here.
Didn't quite have the meter to be able to go for the super. Nice block.
Oh no! Forces the burst. Doesn't get a reload. 6H RC.
Dude, what a JH to follow up there. That's 6H also from Stealthy. What a way to bet on yourself on that one. From that range, just being willing to press it. That is one of the worst starters you can get hit by, is pulling the gun.
Definitely big counter, big damage. Stealthy really just wants to close out one more round. They do need a little bit of work to get it done here. Burst now available for Umisho once again. Stealthies will be available next round eventually, but set point here for Umisho, looking to close it out fast. Oh, roll through coming in, forces the burst. Stealthy already down below half HP in the face of Umisho. This is not looking good. Gets the throw. Tap dust will seal the deal. Deus Ex Machina into the grand finals we go.
Umisho, what can I say? Just so incredibly well played.
Quest or direct contribution, because we're down to the potential final 10 games. I say 10 because there could be a reset here if
tonight
Umisho
would not be
off.
surprised. Would not be surprised in the slightest to see 10 games here. With
Yeah,
the way that
same.
these two are both playing, and absolutely wouldn't be surprised at all.
Chaos.
So we're gonna have to wait and see. Game start. They let the intros rock out of respect, and just round start 5K from Happy Chaos. You gotta guess.
6B does whiff.
Now this doesn't feel like a good matchup for Anji. I gotta be honest with you.
Absolutely. It definitely is not. But I mean, like we said, MacMens has already fought through a lot of bad matchups tonight to make it to this point, and continues to find these pressure strings, gets the throw, resets the pressure, but Umisho with a nice tech and a better punish.
Uma Stomp comes in, gonna end up getting hit down low. And we're going to do the zip code. The butt hop away. MacMens definitely trying their best to get him through, but their throw attempt gets BRC'd.
I have heard that from people, chat, that this matchup is not nearly Anji's worst matchup, but definitely it's hard to favor anyone except for the gun. Look at this, able to get the counter hit, gets aggressive, looks for the jump over, and yeah, dude, that back hitbox.
How many overheads can you block is the question in this matchup, and the burst will not be available here for MacMens until next game. Honestly, at this point, I don't see them getting one back, but you try to chase down the air movement. The red RC will be enough. Umisho is going to end up taking game 1.
Yeah, and that was just masterful counterplay from Umisho to not overspend all of her resources. Knew that she still had second jump to avoid Ko there, which is the deciding factor. So again, really well played to be able to counter yourself out of that situation. And I see a chat talking about he does have a Nagoriyuki, but his Anji is better. Anji's the one for him. This is the, as of right now, this is the match he needs to be playing. I do not see a character swap anywhere in the future.
Yeah, I think if you've made it this far off the back of Anji of all characters, I think that's the lock. You don't mess with magic, and there's just nothing you can do. Just play the game, play the set, do the best you can, worry about the rest later. And so butt hop forward, gets the forward throw, able to set it up some mix.
That's the big thing about it too. All these rounds are within reach so far. He's doing a really good job of keeping these close. Oh, but there's an amazing air throw from Umisho, taking control of the situation here.
Oh, but it's gonna get scooped down low, but MacMens with the reach. Umisho teaching. Oh, even lets him off the wall. That might have been a bad mistake.
Well, JD didn't get the full confirm afterwards, but still finds the Fujin and fully charges the dust to take the kill. And that's what I'm talking about here. MacMens is in this at every single stage. His pressure game is some of the best I've seen from anyone.
Fujin, oh, the JK to beat up the fan into this full sequence. Easily the best punish we've seen all night.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable, that was off a JK.
Just happy chaos things, really. BRC gunshot stays on the same side somehow, but MacMens not willing to give up any type of pressure. Gonna PRC the fan toss just to stay safe. They knew that happy chaos was already in place for punish.
Okay, blocks. Oh, encounters with the gun. That little delay. Is able to get the roll through as well for the reset here. It's gonna be enough to kill. Look at the meter. One round apiece. Let me show up a game though, so still a tough situation here. Doesn't have his burst yet, but it's not gonna matter when you're on offense.
Yeah, I don't see MacMens tempo bursting much in this matchup. Although I just don't see it. It's so critical to use it defensively against Happy Chaos, just like that. But how are you supposed to twirl in this matchup if everything's covered by gunshot?
Okay, got the connect, pushed out that 5K, goes for the super. Not quite enough, but MacMens is in a terrible spot off of this.
Gunshot, 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 gunshot. In the block.
Oh,
but great backdash. That was honestly a great backdash. It missed the higher hitbox option there from MacMens, and here we go. It's 2-0 Umisho, Proxy.
Yeah. Whiffing out on the 6P, that's a tough one for sure. Trickster, I see you, dude. Shout out to the homie, man. Hope everything's going well for you. Shouts to Ecuador. God. So 2-0. Umisho threatening a reset now.
Yeah. MacMens has shown some really good signs of life. It's just sometimes they're getting hit by things, and it feels like there was nothing they could have realistically done about it. But here we go. Another round start going the way of MacMens. Super far butterfly coming out that time.
Trying to go for
no.
the But again, Umisho is able to avoid it by going just high enough to stay away.
It's a bit of a reload of the brain juice. Gonna be able to get the slump as well. One more time we go under the breach. Forced to block all this mix-ups. It's just never ending. That was tricky. That was really tricky.
Tricky stuff takes the round. Umisho continuing to roll here. And now 1 round away from a quick reset here. MacMens gets punished again, but it's not the full punish this time.
Gets the knockdown. MacMens though still doing the best, but the close slash comes through. Brain blast right onto block. No bullets. This is your time to strike, MacMens. Do not let her reload.
Do your best. Keep in there. Keep it aggressive. Butterfly pressures afterwards. Nice throw again. Look at the wrist gauge now. Dangerous stuff here for Umisho, who gets hit by the overhead. And now look at the damage coming out.
Oh, drops the combo though. MacMens picks him right back up into the overhead. Gonna be able to pick up another round win for themselves.
Fan, this time it's not answered. Delays. And it's starting to mix in 6Ps now to try and stop these jumps out of the fans. Trying to be preemptive here is Umisho. MacMens starting to pick up on it a little bit, but hasn't quite gotten enough mileage to be able to punish it correctly.
Look at that wrist gauge though. Climbing ever higher, but great block on the dust attempt means that now MacMens has to go back full screen and try and fight their way back in again.
Okay. There's the burst. Ooh, gets a full combo off of that, huh?
They can do it again. PRC trying to bait out anything for them to punish, but curse into gunshot. Umisho looking for the reset. They got the point already. I don't think that kills. The 5 guts. It's close. Oh, it doesn't actually break the wall. Oh, that's a saving grace there for MacMens.
Close enough to actually be able to do it here, but still closing this gap. Feeling nearly impossible as we take the shot on the run-up, and Umisho, in a close one in Game 3, is going to 3-0 reset it. So we are headed on to the next set here. MacMens down to the loser's bracket himself, and we are going to have a 1 final set.
Yeah, all down to this. It's been a long run, but finally someone has sent MacMens to the loser side of tonight's bracket, and all it took was Evo champ Umisho.
Duel 1.
All right. Beginning of the next set here. MacMens getting that's a big punish right off the rip.
That's not a lot of HP to start the round with. In any sense of the word. Now we're gonna get the Deus Ex to reload all of those bullets, get some positive bonus, gets a safe jump, goes forward as well, and it's just Goomba Stomp time. Lightning round.
All right, Umisho trying to keep the snowball rolling. Gonna jump very early into that. 2K2D. On the knockdown, but curse is not applied, but it's not going to matter if the curse is applied or not when this kind of pressure is coming out sometime.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, who needs the curse applied when you can just haymaker people? This success will always catch people looking the other way. But now we get the approach coming in from MacMens. They have quite a life deficit, but that is actually going to be enough. Closes it into the Deus Ex. Doesn't even need it.
Just takes a shot to knock this one down. I would love to see MacMens take a second. Don't jump straight back in. See if you can think about things a little bit here. Umisho is really on a roll, and it's very rare that trying to get straight back into it against someone who is rolling is the correct play, I think. But I mean, MacMens knows best. He's gotten this far in the tournament for a reason. He is continuing to play really well, and is going to go straight back into it.
Yeah, making sure that they try to get a little bit of tempo back, right? Like, they're more willing to try and break Umisho's tempo in game they'd worry about trying to ice them, you know, at the cap screen. So this is a good start here. They just get everything. Everything works their way.
Now those micro dashes up. Doesn't even have to close the gap though. Umisho says, let me do it for you.
Now hop hit.
Hop in the throw is just not working out. It's getting backdashed very consistently.
Brain Blast coming in. Only a couple bullets remaining. Great back throw. Just needs to get one more touch here for MacMens. Red RC. Oh no, don't let it happen to you, MacMens. You've done all this work. You're so close.
Okay, able to break the clone right away. It's just Chipp at this point, and there's a 6H just barely connects the paper cut on the bottom of this dude's foot.
That's gotta be the worst. Imagine trying to walk around like that.
It's actually the worst. Oh, but the triple overhead coming down, rolls through it. That's all one combo, by the way. The double focus.
Forces the burst out of MacMens, who just gonna get back thrown after the hop. And I mean, the hop was such an early thing for Anji. That was like his only option originally. Remember, like when this character was first released and like none of the stuff was linkable, everything was super negative. It was just every Anji player going into butt hop throw. And so it's so ingrained people that when they see butt hop, they just throw on reaction.
Great jump in to be able to get the answer. Low profiles actually though. He wins out the footsie, so finds a knockdown, but can't quite close the gap fast enough to actually get the punish.
Forces the burst there out of Umisho though. Could work their way back in. I guess that's the twirl that chat was talking about earlier, right? On the first gunshot, it gets them a little bit closer. No concentration here for Umisho. Gonna be forced to just block for their life. Gets hit. That's enough.
And okay, MacMens answering back with the game here. I mean, most of these games have been within striking distance here. MacMens has been consistently taking rounds and having all of these other rounds that he's losing be winnable. So this is 1-1 now again. Both players in loser's bracket, but this set decides everything.
Yeah, MacMens showing that it's not just a wash, right? That 3-0 early on could have been, you know, so detrimental to the mental game here of MacMens. But they stay strong, make sure that that's not it.
It's easy to go doomer mode when you see 4 games in a row, but like MacMens has been in every single one of these games. Like they're all they're all winnable games.
Yeah, right now though they're just getting hit out of everything they attempt. Finally they get a turn, and look at them trying to make the most of it. Oh, that is counter hit.
Amazing poke from Umisho. Umisho not looking shaken in the slightest on this. Bro, RC's backwards. That's just so. I love that combo. Fast RC skid back. What the wave dash backwards into the shot.
That's not a fun round to lose at that point, because it's just like nothing felt in control that went wrong. But nice dash forward with the JPs to interrupt the gunshot. Oh, huge counter hit too. Opts into the reset, goes high. 6P gunshot, trying to just cover every option.
Working out though, Fujin into the fan. Stealing the turns now. Umisho finally jumps out of it, but there's the Ko to push back into the wall here.
Do you burst this round? I don't know if you do if you're Umisho, but
Umisho is the queen of hero bursting. She will spend, if she has in any amount of confidence that she can win the round, she will spend it. So if she gets hit again, I would not be surprised in the slightest to immediately see burst.
oh, YRC on the roll through puts Umisho back into the corner.
There it is.
Forces the burst. There it is. It's crazy. That's it.
She's so willing, and she's so good at these pixel health comebacks. She's so calm and collected in these situations.
I mean, even going a step further to send out the clone and take a little bit more HP off of this bar, but MacMens is just getting run down right now. The 6P forcing out the burst, and it... Ooh.
That's how it can happen. It's one of those things, and it's almost like her quirk. Like when her health is that low and she bursts, people want to panic. They're like, I just need to make her block anything. And you start trying to like think of ways to like, I gotta sneak a Fujin in. Like, how can I make her block anything? And like, Umisho is just chilling, reloading, full screen. It just doesn't care.
Cool, calm, collected, moisturized, in her happy place,
exactly.
just vibing.
That's the Remolia spawn picture, the spa picture. Easy.
And here we go. Game 4 in the grand final reset between Razor Umisho and VTFGC MacMens. Not the start he was looking for.
Okay, though. Soft mix-up time. Look for the double high. He's going to burst, actually. I like that.
Oh, put the roll through.
Cannot believe that crossed up. Oh, my God.
MacMens finally getting a couple counter hits to his name. Gonna take him to the corner. Do we got a wall stick? Not yet. Not yet. Oh no! They were expecting the jump out that Umisho has been so willing to do up to this point. Goes for the reload. Oh, and they just right in the face. Bang.
Now, potential final round here. Umisho still has the burst as well. Fujin at round start, no punish afterwards, but is able to get the fan. Nice chest block.
This is tournament point, chat. If you're a MacMens fan, give him all your power. He needs it. Gonna go for the overhead. Fast RC to go low. Jump out here from Umisho. Gonna get punished. Counter hit of the biggest variety.
But afterwards, though, still try to go for the low. Fast RC dealt with pretty well here. Look at the wrist gauge continuing to build. 5D, not enough. He wasn't quite at fatal.
YRC's the block attempt. Gonna get a nice sequence here. Burst still there, though. That hero burst problem could still exist. Curse is sent out. Just block is so clutch. Oh, the chase down with the 6S. There's the burst. Oh, MacMens, this is your time. There's no bullets. There's no bullets and no concentration, Proxy. It's literally any touch.
She's going in. She does not care. Finally gets a reload here. Takes a couple shots. Nice blocks from MacMens, though. He can't block forever.
Oh, no. He's not. Next he'll do it.
Oh, no. Tried to tech the throw. The shimmy at the last second is going to be the one to do it here. Umisho 3-1. A 6-1 in total.